Hi friends! Welcome back to my channel. This is Tarot, and in today's pick a card reading, we are going to be looking at your current or next significant relationship and what you need to know about it. But before we get into it, I hope you'll stick around for the intro because I just have to talk about how insane this reading was. As you can see, it's 4 hours long, and that was not my intention at all. It's kind of hilarious that I even have an extended for this reading, which I'm going to talk about in a second. But yeah, as you can see, this reading is really long, and I did not intend for it to be this long. This reading started as what's next in love, and then as I was preparing, I was like, maybe I should do their next relationship instead. And so I went into it with the intention of looking at your next relationship for single people. But when I did it, I was channeling the energies of you and the person you'll be with at the time when you're both actually in the relationship. And then I realized, well, then why am I excluding people that are in relationships? Because the relationships I seem to be channeling are very significant, and they're not just like flings or shallow relationships. They seem to be really meaningful, and every single pile was incredibly meaningful, and that's why this reading is so long. I went into it with the intention of doing an extended, and I followed through on that, so it might seem a little bit silly that I have an extended, but I want to make it clear that even though I'm doing extendeds now, I'm not taking away the quality of the free readings. I promise, like every single time, I'm going to be giving you exactly the information I would be giving you whether there's an extended or not. Like if it takes us 4 hours to get all that information out, it'll take 4 hours. That's fine. It's worth it to me. But I want to clarify that it might get a little confusing once you're in the reading, just because I started out, especially if you're in pile 1, because mainly in pile 1 I was reading for your next relationship, and I did it as your next relationship, but personally I feel like it's your next significant relationship. You might date or casually date people in between this connection. It's going to be different for everybody. But from what I can tell, I channeled really significant connections that are meaningful and meant to help you grow and meant to be in your life. So whether you're single or already with somebody, you should be able to tell in the beginning of the reading either that, for example, if you're in a relationship, you should be able to pick up on the energy. So if it doesn't resonate, it's either not your pile, or there may not be messages for you in this reading, and that's okay. But if you're single, I do want to make it clear, because when we're in the beginning and we're looking at the overall energies of the connection, you might not be able to find your energy or pick up on a specific person's energy. So like if you think that your next relationship is going to be with somebody and it doesn't sound like them and that feels off to you intuitively, that would be because I'm channeling their energy at the time you and them are in a relationship. So if you feel like you can't find yourself in the reading I'm talking about and you're single, I would be willing to bet that there is energies within you that are not apparent to you yet, or that are not necessary for you to have yet. There's something that you're going to grow into by the time you're in this connection, but there should be enough for you to know like what is you and what is them. I found that as I went on, I really got a lot of background information on the two of you. And for all of you, it's going to be different. Some of you, you're not going to know who this person is. Others of you, you're going to know exactly who this is. Obviously, if you're dating someone, you're definitely going to know who this is. But essentially what we're going to do today is look at your next or your current significant relationship, and then we'll see what the point of it is. Like, why are you in it? What's going on here? But there are times where I definitely strayed off and just focused on my single people. So when you're getting that advice, if you're in a relationship, just be cognizant of the fact that you've transcended a lot of that. And I want to make it clear, you might want to watch this reading on 2 times the speed if, you know, it's going too slow for you. I did, this reading was incredibly sporadic, and it literally changed over the course of me doing it. So it is kind of confusing, and I'm really sorry for that. But I wanted to do my best to make it clear. Like, the setup's gonna change as soon as you get into the piles, because I've literally refilmed this intro so many times because I have to be like, oh, update, by the way, this reading changed again. Like, and it's not that it changed, it's just that the topic that I intended is not what came through. And so now I have to fix that, and now I've learned my lesson. I need to film my intros at the end instead of the beginning so that I don't have to deal with things like this. But what we're going to do today after the tarot is I'm going to pull charms. And so in the charms, we'll see any significant signs that connect you to this connection, astrological signs, advice, meanings, literally anything else you need to know. And that will encompass the free reading on here. And then in the extended, we will look at how you will meet this person. But I want to warn you that how you will meet them, it's a lot less about like when and where, and more about the energy that you'll be in when you meet them, if that makes sense. But what's really exciting that I found in the extended is that I looked at the blessings that you are going to receive from this connection and from this relationship / connection. That's another thing. I said connection a lot because I'm just used to saying that. But relationship, connection, same thing. This is just a really awesome reading, and they're really deep, soulful connections. So don't feel anxious, don't feel nervous about picking your pile, because they're all beautiful and they all have really awesome readings. They're all great. So don't feel stressed about it. Don't feel worried. It's gonna be okay. But we have 4 piles today. So with pile 1, we have this Snowflake Obsidian heart and the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot. With pile 2, we have this Sodalite heart and the Mystical Dream Tarot. Pile 3, we have this Dalmatian Jasper heart and the Santa Muerte Tarot. And pile 4, we have this Unakite heart and the Ethereal Visions Tarot. So go ahead and pause the video if you need to decide which pile you feel most drawn to. It's okay to be drawn to more than one. The reason why I do that, like I look at the energies in the very beginning, is to help you kind of see which pile is yours. But if you're single, you might have to ride on like a gut feeling, because you might, like I said earlier, have difficulty figuring out which pile is yours. But I'm gonna stop yapping now. I just wanted to kind of make that clear so that once you got into your reading, you weren't like really confused or wondered if it's for you or not. But at the end of the day, if it resonates with your soul, if it feels like it's meant for you, then it is. It doesn't matter how many people picked your pile. It doesn't matter how many people watch this video. If it resonates for you, it's for you. And when it comes to general readings, you just have to take what's meant for you and discard what isn't. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope that you'll join me in the extended, but I completely understand if you don't want to. I'm just grateful that you're here. Thank you guys for watching this long intro as well. I'm an intro skipper myself, but I wanted to just say my piece so that I didn't have to answer a bunch of questions in the comments, because like not all of you can see it. This is just more effective. So yeah, I'm gonna stop yapping. You can go ahead and scroll down to the description box once you've picked your pile, or the comment section where I'll have all the timestamps listed below. I hope you enjoy this extra long reading, and I can't wait to hear what you guys think. Bye. Hi there, pile 1. Thank you so much for being here. If you skipped the intro, get your butt back there and watch that. If you chose the Snowflake Obsidian Stone and the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot, this is going to be your reading. So I'm going to set your tarot aside until we need it. But first we're going to look at the energy of the connection. So to start, we have number 20, play, and the heart chakra. We have Archangel Elamaya, inward spiritual journey. Yeah. And we have gold spectrum. And then looking at the first person in this connection, their energy is being represented by the Bee, Aquarius, and Perseverance. And then for the second person in this connection, they are being represented by the Tiger, Cancer, and Discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. Now, before I even start, I want to say, don't be stressed by seeing astrology signs here. Your person or you can have these signs. That's wonderful confirmation, but they certainly don't have to. So if you're like, I don't know, like, I don't see Libra here. Well, actually I do see Libra here, but anyway, like, just don't be stressed about that. It's extra confirmation if it's there, but it's not there to stress you out. So let's talk about this, because this is so beautiful. So the energy of your next relationship, pile one, is one where you and this person, whichever side you're on, are going to feel nothing but joy. Well, mostly. The main idea, I mean, of course, every relationship has its ups and downs, but the core idea of your relationship is going to center around joy and play, and it comes from a loving place. I feel like you both are going to be very connected at an emotional level. I definitely feel like this Tiger person is probably more intuitive. They probably already naturally have intuitive skills. And so I do feel like it's possible that you and this person, one of you is probably more emotional and will help this other person open up. But by the time you're in this relationship, there will be a very lighthearted and loving energy surrounding the both of you. What I love about this is that there's such a lighthearted energy connecting the both of you and connecting at the heart, so you can tell this is truly a relationship that is out of love, out of joy, and this is a relationship that is going to lift you and this person up. It's going to add to both of your lives. It's not going to take away from anything, and that's exactly why this relationship is meant for you, because you deserve something like this. You and this person have a lot of things in common, but you're also very different. So, which you're like, duh, isn't that everybody? Yeah, kind of. But with this Archangel Elamaya here, I asked if there was an Archangel protecting or looking over this connection for each pile, and this one is yours. And this is inward spiritual journey. So what I can already see from here is that you and this person will have undergone, I don't want to say a transformation, but at the very least, you will have a decent sense of self, a decent understanding of who you are when this connection comes in. Same as your person. And actually, it seems like already Spirit is indicating to me that you and this person are going to, part of the reason why you and this person are coming together is because you will help one another with inner spiritual work. And one thing that I really notice is that this Bee person seems to be surrounded by light energy, and this Tiger is more dark energy. And neither of you are really dark, but I do think like there could be polar opposite things here. Like, for example, maybe one of you is a morning person and the other is a night owl. Maybe one of you is very logical, literal, and the other is very intuitive. In terms of signs, because I will list them, obviously we have Cancer and Aquarius, but we also have the air signs, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, and we have the fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sag. It seems like this Bee person, actually no, wait, let me hold on, because I forgot to explain this gold spectrum first. So the gold spectrum is all about our solar plexus, and it's a lot about it ties in with like the inner journey, but it's a lot about gaining wisdom and gaining more understanding. And you both have a joint mission in this relationship. For some of you, this is somebody that you will have a family with, or maybe you already have a family with them, because it is possible, maybe if you're watching this, you're learning about somebody that you already are in a relationship with. I already get a more feminine energy from this Tiger, and the fact that the tiger's energy is being enhanced by Cancer, which is all about the mother, you know, home, family. This is somebody who is definitely fierce, not somebody you want to mess with, somebody that's going to be very protective of the relationship and protective of the home you have together, if you do have a home together, which I feel like you will. This is going to be a pretty serious relationship, I'm going to be honest, and it might not happen really quickly, but once you've achieved this energy, you and this person have achieved this energy, it will be a very serious relationship. And I can definitely see for some of you, there might be a dynamic where one of you stays at home or works at home and the other one goes out into the world and works or is like the provider. It certainly doesn't have to be, but it definitely seems like you and this person will understand your roles within this relationship and you will happily accomplish them. And what I love is that we have perseverance and discipline, and they're both purple cards, which to me represents more like higher level energy. So like third eye chakra, crown chakra, spiritual energy. And so there's a deeper spiritual purpose that keeps you grounded in, should I say keeps you grounded? Keeps you committed to this relationship in the sense that this relationship helps you know what you're meant to be doing. And in addition to that, it helps you push forward in life together. With this discipline, I can accomplish what I set my mind to, in perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. You and this person are going to be each other's cheerleaders. Like, you might be very different physically, you might be very different, come from very different backgrounds, but with this play card here, I feel like your hearts are the same. And there's something about the both of your hearts that just connect in a way that you've never connected with another person before. And I feel like this B person, they're typically somebody who is pretty detached. Their love language is definitely acts of service, is one thing that I'm hearing. And I feel like they might like to give words of affirmation as well, or receive them. But this is definitely somebody who, their energy within this connection is going to be more humble. And they're going to feel this quiet diligence about protecting the connection, protecting their partner. And I think one thing that they're going to really love about this relationship and their partner is that this tiger, they're going to always encourage this bee. They're going to be in this energy of nurturing this bee when they feel down. And what I love even more is that this tiger has a very intense energy themselves. And it's like they have their own goals, their own aspirations. They have their own things going on. Even if they stay at home and like they're like a stay-at-home parent or just a like work from home, they have their own goals, they have their own dreams. And like these are two people that have a healthy dose of separation from one another. It's like you have your separate things, but you also have the things that you do together. And it creates this dynamic where you both have mutual respect for one another. You both are going to be very protective of one another. I do see the tiger being more protective and being a little bit more intense. I do feel like the tiger person in this relationship is going to be, I don't want to say like the star of the show. And if that's the case, the bee is happy to allow that, if that makes sense. But they are going to be like like I just heard, like, you know, what mama wants, mama gets, like, which is a bit intense. But I feel like this bee person is happy to take care of this tiger in ways that are really beautiful and loving. Like, they're happy to build up this tiger's self-esteem because they see this tiger as someone fierce, someone very beautiful, someone worth the nurturing that they give. And I want to be clear that this tiger person doesn't just give this loving energy to anyone. Like, do not mess with their family. Do not mess with the people that they care about. This tiger person is going to be protective of the relationship, and they are going to be determined to accomplish whatever they are going after. They definitely have a hard shell. that's difficult to read. So some people might look at this tiger person and think that they're harsh or too much. And to that, if the tiger person is watching, I say they're, well, you know, anybody saying that, they're just not enough, and that's not your problem. But this bee person is going to see the truest and most authentic and loving parts of this tiger. This bee is going to tame this tiger. It's really cool. And I'm about to yell at Spirit because they just started putting bee movie references in here, and I'm like, are we really gonna go there? Like, I guess they're wanting me to talk about bee movie for a second. The boyfriend in bee movie, you know how he's like intense and he just like doesn't get it, and he's like jealous of a bee and stuff like that? There might be somebody in this tiger person's life that I'm hearing, like that they might be with before this person, or that they might be drawn to for a long time, or that they might be in something with for a long time. And I think this bee person is going to make them realize why that person wasn't right for them. And now I'm not going to say that like the bee person, like this relationship you will be in forever, because it's different for everybody. But I think that once you and this person are in a relationship, either you or them, excuse me, will understand why this is the right connection, why this is supposed to happen now. Because honestly, I feel like you and this person will be friends before you become something more. Because this bee person isn't super emotional. They are pretty like, I feel like they don't really like to talk about their emotions. I feel like they do operate from a very mental level. But I mean, the fact that I meant to say you, so maybe a lot of you are the tiger, because it is an intense energy that I keep being drawn back to, where I'm like, I want to talk about the bee, and it's like, no, let's talk about the tiger. The tiger's like, there's more you can say about me, like, I'm amazing. And I'm like, I agree. But let's talk about the bee for a second, pull things back. This bee person, they are definitely not very showy, but this is somebody that is more happy to be in the background. Oh my god, I just heard Trisha and Moses. So if you're aware of like Trisha Paytas and Moses, it's kind of like that dynamic, if that makes sense. Like, you know, one is kind of they're definitely two different personalities, but they work together really well, and like you can tell that there's an authentic loving connection there. And like, you know, Trisha's like out there being a queen, and like Moses is happy to support her and do everything that makes her happy. And I just see this bee as Moses and this tiger as Trisha. So like, sorry if you don't like such literal examples, but I really see that here. Like, it's really, really beautiful. And I think the best part about this connection is that you and this person, like, no matter how serious life gets, no matter how frustrating things in your personal lives get, no matter like what's going on, you and this person will have a safe haven in each other. It's like, yeah, one of you might be a tiger and one of you might be a bee, but I guess your hearts are dolphins. And there's just a bond here that's really beautiful and really just heartfelt. It's like, you know, the magic might not be there all the time because life gets in the way, but it's like, even when life does get in the way, you'll always come back to this heart energy where you realize like nothing really matters except you and this person and the connection together. And with this Aquarius energy here, I feel like this bee is going to be extra determined. For some, I heard that this bee person could be like an artist. And with that Aquarius energy, I get that as well. It seems like this person is really eccentric and unique, same as the tiger person, and I think that's why they appreciate each other. But I think the tiger person is more out there with like who they are and what they do, whereas the bee person is kind of more maybe afraid to put themselves out there. Like I can see the tiger person being very encouraging to the bee, saying like, hey, you know, you should really show this off or do this or do that. I feel like the tiger person will motivate the bee not to give up on the things that they're working on. And I feel like the bee will be extra motivated to provide for this connection, because the tiger person will give the bee the confidence that they have needed for a long time to actually be themselves. And this tiger is not going to put up with shit. That's for sure. They are going to let the bee know how they feel if they're not happy, but they're also going to be so kind and compassionate to the bee and anyone in their inner circle. And it's truly a blessing for both the bee and the tiger for you both to be in each other's lives. This is going to be a connection that I think, even if you're not with this person forever, I do feel like it is going to be pretty long lasting. I think it's going to be a connection that is very loving, and at the end of the day, you'll have your differences, but you'll always come back to this loving and playful energy. And whenever you do have disagreements or you have rough patches, you'll always learn something from them that will enhance your relationship, make you a better partner, make them a better partner, and will keep you, and it'll bring you guys back to this lighthearted energy and just make this loving energy between the both of you stronger. So this is really beautiful, and I'm really excited to look at what is going to come through in the tarot cards now. So you guys picked the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot. And so we are going to see what the point of this connection is. And I might end up repeating myself, or I might have cards that end up confirming this sort of thing, but I definitely want to see, why are y'all in each other's lives? What is the point of this connection? What are you guys learning? Etc., etc., etc. Let's do one more for good measure. Okay. Alrighty, so Spirit, what is the point of pile one's next relationship? What is the point of pile one's? Okay, we have the Hierophant. So yeah, some of you definitely could be. Okay, we have the Three of Cups in reverse. What's the point? Ace of Swords. Okay, we have Chance in reverse and Five of Swords. Okay, so let's clarify all of these for me, please, Spirit. Actually, no, let me just work with this for now. So, one reason why this relationship is meant to happen for you is because, pile one, I'm gonna be real with you. You haven't had it easy in relationships, and I completely understand why you might be off-put by relationships. For a lot of you, I do feel like you're this tiger energy. It won't be for all of you, but I do want to address my tigers out there in the audience. You are a fierce bad bitch, and I say bad bitch as a gender neutral term. It does not matter what you identify as. Bad bitch is a term of endearment in this house, and you might have dimmed your shine for certain people. You might have felt like you were too much or felt bad about who you were, because you do give your heart openly and freely. Well, not always. You used to. Let's say that. You used to give your heart openly and freely, and you quickly learned that people aren't always too kind. And it seems like no matter who you are now, scaling back to both of you, the reason why you both are coming into this connection is because I don't think you two have ever really experienced true joy in a connection, in a love relationship, and neither of you have been able to see what that actually looks like. It's like you both have wanted this special commitment with somebody. Holy shit, I just got deja vu. That's weird. And I noticed there's two keys here. So it's almost like you can't mess up meeting this person or reuniting with this person. For some of you, maybe you already know who this is, because this relationship is going to happen by following your own intuition. And Spirit really wants you to understand that the whole reason why this connection is happening is because it is like essentially good karma for all of the shitty relationships you both have had to go through. Even if they haven't been legit relationships, they could have been situationships, they could have been, you know, friends with benefits connections, or they could have just been friend connections. And no matter what, it's like your past connections, they might have seemed promising in the beginning, but I think that it always came down to like this person wasn't as generous as themselves, or wasn't as generous, or they were selfish. And it's like, I almost just see a progression here. Like, for some of you, maybe you've been the heartbreaker where you have hope in people and then you realize they're not worth it and you cut them off. But it's like, I feel like there might be this pattern with you and this person where you start in a relationship, like, or you start pursuing somebody or getting involved with somebody, and you want things, and things probably start out pretty good, start out pretty solid, comfortable. But then as things happen over time, they start to diminish. You start to be disappointed. You start to not feel too great about what's going on. Maybe for some of you, the partners you've had have been dishonest about their exclusivity. There's definitely like, there's a lot of harsh truths that you've had to learn through your relationships, you and this person. But I'm going to get more cards because I want to see more. So, okay, we have the King of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Knight of Cups upright. What else, Spirit? Okay, we have the King of Cups. We have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. And on the back of the deck, we have the Ten of Cups upright. That is so beautiful. Wow, okay. So, I guess I'm just going to leave this Four of Pentacles here. Oh, with the Four of Wands underneath. Interesting. So you and this person, before you guys are together, you're going to be used to connections where you don't get out what you put in. And you feel like maybe there's something wrong with you because you and this person, and I think this is one thing that you're truly going to bond over, is that you and this person deserve this Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is about emotional fulfillment. It's about happiness. It's about joy. It's about happily ever afters, even though that really doesn't exist. Spirit is really here to bring this relationship to you because whenever it does come, I guess I should say, you're going to have this relationship. Well, it is your next relationship, so it should be coming. I mean, I guess the timing's going to be different for everybody. But this relationship is truly meant for you because you deserve somebody solid that you can rely on. And so does this person. And that's why I really like seeing, you know, the discipline and the perseverance cards, because I feel like you both are going to be very committed to this relationship in the good times and in the bad. And so it's almost like Spirit's just pointing to me about your past experiences for the both of you, because I feel like, you know, you might feel a connection or a pull to somebody, and you might feel like that it's meant to be in some type of way, and then you find out that this person isn't as stable as they appear to be, or isn't as put together or as honest. For some of you, I heard gold digger. Like maybe for some of you, people wanted what you had. They didn't care about who you were as a person. And this is different. This person that you're going to be with, they are going to love you for who you are. And Spirit's literally saying, like, you've had to have all of these negative experiences for you to develop the emotional maturity to be ready for this. Because I think maybe you've had very self-sabotaging tendencies in the past, and this person, I think this person has as well, where you either are afraid to trust people or you push people away because you're afraid of feeling this Ten of Cups, because of losing it. You don't want to lose it. And you've definitely understand what it's like to feel loss. You've felt a lot of it. But Spirit wants to confirm that these shitty experiences that you've had to go through in love were not to make you harden to love. It was to help you develop emotional maturity with this King of Cups, to have a clarity about who you are and what you want in life, what you want out of a partner, what you want out of a person, and have the emotional maturity to have a loving, authentic connection like the one I just read. And so, you know, you and this person are going through these truthfully shitty experiences with other people right now, because that is what's getting you to each other. And I feel like Spirit is really saying that the fact that we start with the Hierophant and we end with the 10 of Cups means that this could really be your person. I'm going to be honest about that. Maybe not for everyone, but I feel like with this person, no matter how different you and them are, the people around you will just be able to see that the love you share. And I think that you and them will realize, you'll finally have the stability to know that even if you're having a rough time or things are really tough, you can rely on this person and they can rely on you. This is solid, and this is not something either of you are going to just want to let go of easily. I feel like there's people for you and this person where like you've really thought that the future was going to be really promising with them, and it's like things always fell through, and it's like you always fell on your luck and felt betrayed or felt hurt. And this pattern is going to change with this person. You might find that in the beginning of the connection with this person that these patterns are repeated, but instead of them ending in, I heard like defeat or ending in completely, it's like you and this person will always come together and work through the issue, because there are going to be romantic feelings here. And I think one lesson that you guys are learning is that, you know, happiness and a connection is temporary, and those butterfly feelings with this Knight of Cups here, they're temporary. But with this person, it's gonna be different. It's not gonna be something fickle. It's not gonna be puppy love that fizzles out. It's not gonna be, it's deep, it's real, it's a really, really heavy commitment where two people just know and understand like that they are meant to be together at this time for a spiritual reason. I mean, with the Mystic here, there's a spiritual purpose for you and this person being together. And I think that purpose is that you and this person are meant to support each other and help you along in your lives and help you understand more about yourselves and one another through each other. This is the type of relationship not only you deserve, but that you should be holding out for. I just heard the song Holding Out for a Hero. I love the 80s kick coming in, but it's also in Shrek 2. Okay, yeah, watch Shrek 2 because there might be signs in there for you, and also it's just a good movie. I would say it's the most superior Shreks of all the Shreks. That might be a controversial statement, but I don't care. I also think that this relationship is here to come in to help you be more comfortable in cultivating your own life away from what other people think. Like you and this person might have been really concerned about how other people viewed the both of you in the past, and how other people viewed your relationships and what you were doing. And I think because you and this person are going to have the support of one another, it's really not like, none of that shit's going to matter anymore. You guys are going to have one another's support. You're going to embrace each other's differences, love what makes you the same, and honestly cultivate a really beautiful life together. And the reason why you two are coming together is because you were always meant to, and this was always meant to happen. And no matter what it turns into, how long it happens, the connection coming in is a blessing. And I'm really excited to look at like the blessings part and like how you'll meet them in the extended. But we are going to move forward now and look at the signs, advice, and charms. So get the charm box out. Okay, so Pile 1 spirit, what can you tell me about pile 1's next relationship with their person? Okay. Oh my goodness, you have a lot on the side too. Let me get those out. Okay. Okay. Oh, wait, no, one more. One more. Where is it? Okay. Awesome. All right, this is really beautiful. I'm so excited to talk about this. Okay. Where shall we even start? So I'm going to start with the gumball machine, actually, because I think this goes to show how bountiful this connection is going to be when it comes to blessings. Like, you're going to have blessings on blessings on blessings, and they're going to come in different forms. They can come in a lot of different forms, truthfully, but I feel like there's just going to be nonstop surprises with you and this person. When also with I carry your heart with me, I feel like you and this person like will feel very secure in doing your own thing, because it's like no matter where you and this person are, like maybe sometimes you have to be long distance, maybe work is difficult or something like that. It like doesn't matter where you guys are in the world, like you always have a home in each other, and like you always have like safety in one another. And we also have the pineapple. We have the pineapple. So I definitely feel like for a lot of you, it's possible that you could have a home with this person. You could build a life with this person. I don't want to say that for all of you because I don't know for sure, but I do feel like this will be a relationship that is where you guys aren't just like romantic partners. You guys are friends. Like you guys are, honestly, you guys are besties. Like you guys are besties. And it just makes the love so much better because it's not based on some like insane passion. Like which I do think there will be insane passion, but it's not in like a fiery and fizzled out way. It's going to be in a very loving and calm way. And I think that's honestly what you both need. We also have the heart with a band-aid over it. So yeah, Spirit is saying that this connection is going to be very healing when it comes to your feelings and how you view love, how you approach love. And it's almost like two broken hearts coming together. But like, I don't want to say that because I don't want to say like you're going to be brokenhearted when you meet this person, or that you're not whole until you meet this person, because that's not true. You are completely whole just the way you are. I think what Spirit is stressing here, though, is that it's just going to be healing for both of your hearts, and that I think you both are going to fill in missing pieces for one another that will really heal you both. And we have the domino here, which I just heard dominoes, so like maybe pizza is significant in some way. But I really feel like, you know, the number 6 is the number of unconditional love, and I think that that is really accurate for the two of you. And I'm with this Z and E, I feel like this relationship overall will be easy. You might have kinks to work out in the beginning, but I think it's going to be really beautiful. And actually, you both are going to transform within this connection. With this green butterfly here, it's like, you know, your hearts, as your hearts heal, you and this person are going to transform into truer forms of yourself, and it's going to be really beautiful. And with this seashell, for some of you, you might meet this person on a beach or like near a beach or something. But seashells are a lot about intuition, and so I feel like there's just going to be an intuitive connection between the two of you, where it's like the more you get to know each other and the more you know things about one another, it's like, let's say like something happens in one of your, like during the day, the other one will just like know that something's up, or like you'll vent to each other about like your day and your problems, and your partner will know exactly like what you're about to say, or like what you're talking about. It's like you guys will finish each other's sentences, and there will be this like this really beautiful intuitive understanding between one another, where it's like you don't even have to really explain things all the time, because you guys will just get each other. Like you'll study each other, and it's really cool. And I also want to mention that you're going to unlock secrets within one another, and by that I mean you're going to unlock parts of each other that you didn't realize even existed within you. So there's a lot of growth to be had within this connection. Okay, Spirit, you're getting a little too literal here. So maybe for some of you, this could break some celibacy for maybe the first time, or maybe for a while. We have this I love my cat charm. So maybe you guys have an animal together. But overall, I feel like this connection is going to be freeing. Like where you might felt trapped before, you're gonna feel free with this person. Also, for some of you, you might do some really freaky shit with this person. I'm just gonna be honest. Y'all might have fun. Let's see, where do I want to go next? Okay, the squirrel. So with this acorn here, like the fall could be significant for you and this person. Maybe you'll meet this person in the fall, or maybe you'll plant seeds for connection in the fall. But what I'm hearing is abundance. Like, you know, in the fall is when you harvest crops and shit, right? Like, hopefully that ambulance means yes. Or they're saying red flag. This girl's telling you about your future relationship. She doesn't know shit about farming. Anyway, I do feel like you both are going to always land on your feet. That's yeah. So squirrels, like, they can jump like crazy amounts. I don't know how to word that. And they always land on their feet, or typically, I think. And so I feel like whatever comes towards you in this person and this connection, like, you both will always land on your feet. And I love that this charm came out because it says happy. And the purpose of this connection is to be happy and to play and have fun and have a playful, loving connection together. We also have this shoe here. So I feel like you guys are going to be a perfect fit for one another. I feel like you and this person are just going to be very, very special to one another. And I heard shopping as well, so maybe like one of your love languages for one of you is like gifts. So maybe you guys will get to go shopping together, or you'll buy each other gifts or something like that. The movie Cinderella could be significant for some of you. I'm hearing like Cinderella. Let's see. Oh, you have the number 1. So let's talk about the numbers I see here. So we have 1, 2, and 5. So these could be months. If they're months, they would be January, February, and May. So Taurus energy, which we had. And 5 is the energy of change. So there's going to be a lot of changes. I think before you enter this connection, once you enter this relationship, and like during the relationship, there's going to be a lot changing. And with this 2 here, like, this makes me think of the 2 of Cups, honestly. And I feel like you guys will just be 2 peas in a pod. But this is also Aquarius energy. So, well, actually 2 would be Pisces and Aquarius energy, and the 1 would be Capricorn and more Aquarius energy. I don't know why I did that weird thing with my tongue just now. But we also have this heart. So yeah, I feel like there's going to be a lot of love in this connection. Let's see. We also have this Scorpio charm. So somebody could be a Scorpio. But the Scorpio, and it says passionate. So yeah, there definitely will be passion here. And I think not only that, it's just going to be very transformative. You're going to go through a lot of changes in this connection, and I think they're going to be mainly positive. And with the elephant charm here, I feel like you guys are going to gain a lot of wisdom through this connection. You're going to overcome a lot of difficulties, and you both are going to gain maturity. I feel like you both are going to be really gentle and patient with one another. There's going to be a lot of understanding in this connection. And we have this yellow charm here, which makes me think of the solar plexus chakra. And so for me, I think that you and this person are going to do an excellent job of boosting each other's confidence and boosting your self-esteem. There's definitely an intellectual connection here as well, which is why you guys had all that about minds. But yeah, I heard like great minds think alike. And I think you guys are going to think alike in the ways that matter. And you're going to have really awesome conversations. Like, you're just genuinely going to enjoy each other's presence. Let's see what else we have. So we have T and Z. Okay, so we have Tez. So I heard Cortez. That name could be significant. I also heard Yeet. Of course, these initials don't have to stand for anything. I heard Tennessee. I heard New Zealand. And like I said before, with that easy. But yeah, so the name T-E-Z. But I think that is all I'm seeing. So I'm going to zoom in on these charms. If you want to look at them closer, you can pause. But pile one, I think I'm gonna leave this reading here. If you want to join me in the extended, we're gonna look at how you will meet this person, or how you did meet this person to confirm if you already know them. And we're going to look at the blessings to come from this connection, because I think there's a lot indicated by this charm. But if you're leaving me here, thank you so much for watching this video all the way through. And thank you so much to everybody who watches my ads. It is the easiest and simplest way to support me. And so I just want to say thank you for exchanging energy with me and supporting me in my channel. It means the world to me. I really love this reading. I hope it wasn't too confusing. And I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you're looking forward to this connection. Or if you're already in it, congratulations. This is a really beautiful connection, and I'm happy that you have something so beautiful. Definitely comment down below. Let me know how it resonates. If you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you left a like. And if you haven't already, I would love it if you subscribed. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night whenever it is that you're watching this. And I hope you'll come back and see me again soon. Bye. Hi there, pile one. If you guys chose this Sodalite heart and the Mystical Dream Tarot, this is going to be your reading on your next relationship, or if you're with somebody, your current relationship. So we are going to look at the energies of the connection first. If you skipped the intro, I am going to ask you to go back with peace and love. But we are going to go ahead and look at that first, because if you have any confusion, just go check the intro. So your connecting energy is being represented by the sacral chakra and the number 10 and creativity. And then the positive energies surrounding your connection are Archangel, Jovial, Illumination, Creativity, Authenticity, and the Indigo Spectrum. Actually move these up. Okay, so these are the connecting energies, and now we're going to look at the individual energies. So to start, we have the first person being represented by the bat, Mercury, and growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. And then the second person in this connection is being represented by the Panther, the Sun, and Pride. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. Okay, so where do I want to start here? Let's go ahead and start with the connecting energies of creativity. So pile two, this connection is really awesome because you and this person, whoever they may be, whichever energy you are, you guys are gonna bond over passion. I think there's gonna be passionate feelings about each other. I think there's gonna be a lot of attraction towards one another, physically and on a deeper level, but definitely physically. And I definitely think that this connection is going to encourage both of your creativities. What I'm seeing here is that this connection is being protected by Archangel Jovial. And I love this because, one, it just reiterates that this is going to be a very creative connection. So you and your future partner are likely going to be creatives of some kind. You certainly don't have to be. Creativity could extend to like being an entrepreneur. Creating is literally anything. So creativity is literally just having the ability to take what's in your head and ground it in the real world. But I definitely see that the reason why this is your next relationship is because you and this person are like quite literally meant to take this next stage together for very important reasons. There's definitely a psychic connection here. It's gonna be a bit deeper than just a heart connection. With this indigo spectrum here, I do feel like this connection is gonna help you tap into the collective consciousness more. And by that, I just mean like the collective. So the collective is essentially like everyone. And if you're not really familiar with tarot or just like collective energies, they're essentially just world energies. Like, for example, you know, when Rona started, there was a lot of tense energy in the world. That was the energy of the collective. So, you know, you might have been feeling good, but on a random day, but like you might have felt this little bit of stress because there's like this collective energy around it. It seems like this connection is going to be really good for the both of you because it's going to make you more focused on other people in a positive way. And by that, I mean, like, I don't think either of you are like self-centered, but I do think that maybe you and the person that you're going to be in a relationship with have the tendency to kind of get wrapped up in just like what's going on in your own life. And it might isolate you from other people in the sense that like you are kind of so focused on your own problems that you forget problems outside of the world exist as well. And I'll kind of get into that more, but what's really beautiful here is that there's going to be this mutual harmonious energy between the two of you where you encourage one another to be your truest selves. And what's really interesting is that this relationship, when you come together with this person, when you're in this connection, you and your person, whether you know them or not, you're both going to be in this process of releasing and purging what doesn't serve you. This is definitely a connection that's being brought in to, or a relationship. I'm so used to saying connection. This is going to be a relationship that's brought in to really help you both see the light in different ways. Like I heard the song from Tangled, like At Last I See the Light. And I'm going to go ahead and start with the bat person and kind of their role in this relationship. So the bat is more focused on the releasing part of this dynamic. The bat definitely could be an air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, or have those placements, or they could have signs ruled by Mercury, which would be Gemini and Virgo. But like I said, don't get too caught up on placements and stuff like that because it's just the energies. It's there for extra confirmation, but like your person could have nowhere in their chart and it could still be them. So, but what I'm really seeing here is that this person was in a dark place for a really long time. And I think there's a lot of things that really held them back in life. And I think one of the biggest things that held them back is that they didn't have a lot of confidence in themselves. They might have had a really rough upbringing. I'm seeing this in the Panther as well. So that might be something that you and this person can bond over. Maybe you had one or multiple unsupportive guardian figures in your life growing up. This is definitely two people who have carried a lot of pain in their life. And I think that these are two people that truthfully are kind of used to attracting the wrong kinds of relationships. And I don't want to say that and make you feel attacked because technically there's no such thing as the wrong kind of relationship. You're always learning something. Like, you know, even if it's the wrong relationship, it was right for you at the time. You know what I mean? But I definitely feel like you and this person that you're going to be in a relationship with, you're both going to be coming from dark pasts. And maybe they didn't feel dark while you were living them, but after you're like with this person, you will see how dark things truly were. But the thing I want to stress here, and what I actually find really beautiful about this connection, is that you're not going to enter this connection and be like healed, because first of all, there's no such thing as like being truly healed. I mean, life continues lifing, and we always have things that we need to heal and continue growing with. But I feel like this is a relationship where you and this person are going to heal together. And you're going to have a lot of compassion for one another. And I think that's really important about this connection, because I think in the past, for you and this person, your past partners, if you've had any, of course, or just situationships, they've really misunderstood why you act the way you do. And same for your person. I feel like for one of you, the Panther person, when they feel triggered, they tend to lash out. They tend to maybe say things they don't mean. You know, this is fire energy. We have Leo here with the sun, but Aries, Leo, Sag, this person could be a fire sign, obviously doesn't have to be. But this is somebody who growing up definitely felt like they learned that they had to either fight for themselves or nobody was going to defend them. So they learned how to have a really, really tough exterior, and they learned that they kind of have to be fierce. They have to be just, I heard like on the prowl, like ready to attack at any point. And I think that this Panther person, they really put up this facade, like they don't care that, I just heard like from the vine, like, I'm a bad bitch, you can't kill me. Like, this is definitely somebody who has developed really thick walls and a really thick ego as a way to protect a lot of the pain that they have felt deep within them. And what's beautiful is that once the Panther is in this connection, this bat is going to help them see that they deserve to feel good about themselves. They deserve to feel strong, that they are light, like that they're not dark. I feel like this bat is really going to help the Panther really change their perspective in terms of how they view themselves and what they're truly capable of. And what I really love about the Panther is that the Panther is not going to let the bat get away with shit. And I'm just going to be honest here. The bat, while the bat carries things, they definitely carry like the burdens and traumas of their past, like most people. They are very mental about how they operate. And so I feel like they either kind of run from these things, like either physically or just they bury them deeply or like mentally kind of just avoid them. This person could be a smooth talker. They could be really good at talking themselves out of situations, or just kind of sneaking away when things get tough. This is somebody who isn't really used to having to hold account, isn't used to having somebody hold them accountable for things. And this Panther is really going to change the game for them, because this Panther is all about growth. The Panther's all about purging. While the bat is about releasing, the Panther is about purging. And so the Panther in this relationship is going to be purging a lot of things that held them back, same as the bat. But she's also, well, I said she, I didn't mean to say she. So for some of you, this could be, if you identify as feminine or anything like that, I meant to say they, I'm sorry. They are going to help the bat really, like, how do I explain this? Grow, which is growth here. I just saw that, but the Panther's not going to be afraid to speak up, and she's going to know when the bat is trying to talk its way out of something, trying to talk their way out of something. They're going to be like, oh no, like, I know you're full of shit because XYZ, like, this is not acceptable. I won't accept this. And one of the awesome things about the Panther person is that they are not afraid to speak their mind. They will not put up with shit because they have put up with a lot of shit. And so at this point, they're like, by the time they are in this relationship, they are not going to allow somebody to treat them any less than how they deserve to be treated. And what's awesome about the bat is that the bat is going to know how to talk the Panther off a ledge. Because I do think that at times the Panther could lash out. The Panther could say things that they don't mean. The Panther could get emotional and upset and say things in the heat of the moment because they're hurt that they don't really mean. And they might have really pushed people away in the past because of this, but the bat person isn't going to take this seriously because the bat person is really intelligent. And I mean, the Panther person is too, but the bat is a lot more mental. The Panther person, I think, operates more from like a more primal, more emotional level, whereas the bat is very like in their head all the time. But what's really different is that the bat is gonna really calm the Panther down in ways that are different from anything this Panther has ever experienced. the bat's going to see through what the panther is doing. And, you know, bats have like sonar frequency or some shit. I don't know. If you know stuff about bats, comment it, I guess. But the panther will say one thing, but the bat will know that they mean something else. Maybe not in the very beginning. And that might be something that they have to work through. And that's why there's things that they're going to have to purge and release, because this is definitely going to take a little bit of time to get to a point of understanding. Like, the talking stage between these two might be a little tough. There might be times where one another wonders if this is really the right person. But I think that no matter how long this relationship lasts, they're going to be the right person for each other at that time. You will be the right person for this person, and they will be the right person for you during this period of time, however long that period of time lasts. Because this panther is really going to get this bat out of their bullshit. Like, I heard back on my bullshit, and like, that's just not going to happen with this panther around. And that's what's actually going to help this bat grow. They are going to help this bat see how maybe their actions in the past have been manipulative or how they've been hurtful. They're also going to show this bat person how running away from problems doesn't fix them, and that they'll always come back and bite you in the ass in some way. And so the panther's really not going to take shit from the bat, and as a result, the bat is going to increase their awareness, and they're going to increase their consciousness and understanding of others. This connection is going to help both people here increase their empathy towards others. And it's not that these two aren't empathetic at all. It's just that because of their own wounds, sometimes they're unable to see or understand why other people act differently. And so these two, while they might have similar wounds, the way that they respond as a result are different. And so you and this person are really going to have to work together to understand why you both react the way you do. And this is going to force the panther to be more level-headed. And the bat is really going to help the panther stop acting from a place of intense emotion and instead channel all that intense emotion into positive things. Whereas the panther is going to stop the bat from running, is going to stop the bat from trying to escape all their issues and instead face them and grow from them instead of just avoiding them. And as a result, I feel like these two are going to find that they have a lot of common interests, and with this abundance of new energies, new understandings, new ideas, new feelings, you both are going to channel it into your creativity. I think I already said that you guys might be indigo children, but these are two definitely very unique people. I get a lot of Aquarius energy from both of these people, truthfully. But I definitely think the bat is going to help the panther feel more confident in themselves. The bat is going to show the panther that they don't have to react from such an emotional place, and that they are worthy of kindness. And yeah, sometimes people are going to treat the panther poorly, but it's not a reflection of the panther. It's a reflection of the person who did the shitty thing. You know what I mean? And the panther's going to be seeing the light. They're going to realize that they do deserve love. And the fact that somebody like the bat loves them is going to show them that they should have more pride in themselves, because all the beautiful things they see in this bat person is going to see wonderful things in them as well. And it's going to help this panther person be a lot more confident in who they are. And they might have a strong ego sometimes, but these two are just going to be giving each other slices of humble pie all the time. And so this is definitely a relationship where it's not like the most flowing and easygoing, but it's awesome when it comes to transformation, because it's teaching you both lessons about conflict that I think you really need to learn. And I think it's just going to help you and this person really understand that you've been wasting your energy on the wrong shit for a while. And instead, you're going to feel free to embrace your authentic selves. I feel like you both have just tried to fit in for so long and have really subdued your personalities and subdued who you both were. And when this relationship comes together, it's like you guys are going to feed off of each other in this really positive way. There's just going to be those little bumps in the road where you guys have misunderstandings, or you guys have something happens, you both are triggered, and you do your typical, you know, the panther lashes out, the bat ignores the panther because they're uncomfortable, they don't know what to do. But instead of just, you know, them quitting and giving up, you both are saying, no, I want to work with this, I want to work together. And between the bat's ability to communicate fairly and the panther's ability to channel intense emotions and push through those emotions and find the passion beneath that, it will keep you both committed to growing, to feeling more confident in yourself, and to channeling all of your intense energies into something other than pain and darkness. And I'm not saying that that's what you guys do right now, but what I am saying is that this connection is going to be triggering from the sense that you're going to help each other heal from a lot of dark stuff. And this doesn't happen through sunshines and rainbows. It happens through conflict. It happens through misunderstandings, disagreements. But it's really going to, this is healthy in the sense that instead of pushing people away the way you both do, the passion you have for one another, the love you have for one another is going to force the both of you to sit down and work it out. And as a result, the panther is going to be a lot more confident in themselves, and they're going to realize, oh, okay, I don't need to be so defensive. I don't need to lash out at people like this. I can understand how I've hurt people in the past by doing this. And the bat's going to realize, oh, I see how what I say can be manipulative, and oh, running away from this situation really doesn't help. And it's going to be really awesome for the both of you, honestly. And it is protected, and it's going to illuminate a lot of wonderful qualities about the two of you and illuminate the things that you guys need to heal. And I think that's really beautiful. And I think that the more you guys heal together, the more you'll understand why it was worth sticking it out, why it was worth the pain. And I don't even want to say pain because I don't feel like it's going to be pain. It's just like, it's just typical. But I feel like because you guys have these experiences in the past of really painful things, I feel like the second something doesn't seem like super awesome, sunshiny loves and rainbows, you're going to be like, yep, they're just like everyone else, of course. Like, you might write it off in the beginning, but I feel like it's important for you guys to see this, because the passion that you feel for one another is what's gonna keep you both going. And honestly, I will say, y'all are gonna have a lot of makeup sex, so like at least like, you know, there's something great at the end of it. And I feel like it's gonna be a natural cycle between the two of you where you have your highs and lows, but after every low, you appreciate the highs a lot more. You gain more wisdom, you release some of the darkness, and so when another issue comes up, it's not as volatile, or it's not as a big of a deal. And slowly over time, it's gonna be just easier and easier and easier. You're gonna learn each other, you're gonna understand what makes each other tick, what makes each other triggered, like all of that different stuff. And it's really gonna be a productive relationship at its core. And yeah, I really like this energy. I really like this energy. It's not easy energy, but it's energy that's worth it. So we're gonna see why else this relationship has come in, why this relationship is meant for you, why this is happening. So we're gonna get the tarot out now, and I guess that's kind of what I've already been doing, but I just want one, confirmation that I'm on the right track, and two, I just want to look at the dynamic deeper, see what spirit wants you to know about it, and that sort of thing. So I believe I already said this is the Mystical Dream Tarot. It is possible that I may have to look up some of the names if I forget them, because this is one of those decks where it's got like all the different, like, they just like couldn't name the cards after the typical cards, so, but it's okay. This is a really cool deck, and I'm happy you picked it. So let's see, Spirit. What is the point of this connection? Why is this pile two's next relationship? Okay, so we have the Lovers in reverse and the Empress in reverse. Why is this pile two's next relationship? Five of Swords upright, interesting. Why is this pile two's next relationship? So we have the Queen of Swords now. Why is this pile two's next relationship? Okay, we have the Four of Swords. All right, I'm going to clarify all of these actually, and then, so why is this, so we have the Six of Swords. We have the Three of Swords. We have Strength, which is Sophia in this deck. Shout out to all my Sophias out there. You guys are great. Okay, we have the Dreamer of Pentacles. I'm going to have to look up what that is. I can't remember if it's the Page or the Knight. And then on the back of the deck, we have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. So let me look that up real quick, just because I don't know. Where's the Dreamer? Hello. Lord, Spirit. Okay, so this is the Page. This is the Page of Pentacles. Okay. So yeah, this is definitely kind of reiterating a lot of what I was already saying, but just kind of enforcing it deeper. This connection is really it's literally like gonna make you face everything that you and this person have, I don't want to say done wrong in the past, but it's going to illuminate why things didn't work with people in the past, or why your approach to certain situations didn't go over well, if that makes sense. With the Lovers being in reverse here, and the Six of Swords being underneath it, I think one thing that you guys both need to heal is game playing. And maybe it's not intentional game playing, but it's more of like just from an ego standpoint. Like neither of you have ever wanted to be the person that admits like looks weak. Both of you are the types of people who have learned that they have to appear strong. They have to be strong. And I definitely think that's why for both of you, you've probably had difficult things in your past that have really, really hindered you when it comes to opening your heart and opening up to love. And this relationship is coming in to show you that people can have authentic intentions. People can be genuine. Archangel Jophiel is protecting this connection, and he's all about authenticity and creativity. And I feel like this is the first time you and this person will feel free to open up and be yourselves. It's really, really beautiful. With the Empress in reverse up, clarified by the Three of Swords, I feel like your past failures in love, I feel like this is specifically to the viewer. Your past failures in love have really taken a hit to your self-esteem. And I hate seeing that. It makes me really, really sad. But I mean, I've been in this energy too. Like, we all have our Empress in reverse moments, no matter what you identify as. Like, and the Empress is all about creativity. And actually, your heart, like your past heartbreaks, maybe are stifling your creativity. Maybe instead of, because you know, some people do create wonderful works of art when they're in very terrible places in life. But I feel like that's not optimal. That's not ideal for you. You thrive when you feel safe, when you feel secure, when you feel loved. And I think that's a really beautiful thing about you, Pile 2, is where you don't need pain to create beautiful things. You need love. You need happiness to create beautiful things. And that's what this person is going to do for you. And I think you're going to realize that not everybody is out to get you. And it definitely might feel like that some way. You might have been fishing for a while, you know? There's plenty of fish in the sea, and you're like, I've caught like 50 of them and they all suck. Like, this one is gonna be better. I promise you that much. But this, like I said, this connection is going to force you to face a lot of things about yourself that you have not wanted to admit are there. And it's not going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. I'm hearing like, give it to me, I'm worth it. And what I love about the Lovers being here is that I'm not going to sit here and say that this is going to be your end all be all, this is who you're going to be with. I don't know. This is definitely somebody that you're going to be with for a period of time. For some of you, you might find they were there for a reason and a season, and for some of you, they're just there for a reason. But this is going to be a connection where you both have to actively choose each other. You have to choose the relationship. You have to choose being, both of you are going to have to choose to take the high road, to work on healing. And like with this Six of Swords here in the Lovers, it's like, it'll be really good when it's good. And when it's not good, the good times will be enough for you to want to both work towards that. And as long as you both are working towards that, that's all that matters. You know, like I really try to stress this to people, but relationships aren't toxic. It takes two to tango, and people have toxic behaviors. No matter what happened in the past, like obviously shit like abuse just like isn't okay. And we'll just put that on the record. And obviously if there's something abusive going on, this is not the connection that I'm talking about. It's not okay. But when it comes to love, I fucking forgot what I was saying because I had to do my little side thing. Shit, what was I talking about? Oh, I hate when I do that. Sorry, this is ADD at its finest. But I guess I'm just gonna keep going, and if I remember, I'll come back to it. I'm really sorry. Oh, fuck. Okay, I remember it now. So in relationships, toxic, there's no such thing. I guess there's such thing as toxic people, but it's their behaviors. And so it's like both of you have toxic behaviors. This relationship very well could be toxic, but the difference is that it's not going to be, because I believe in the ability of both of you to transcend that. And that's exactly why this relationship is coming together, because the universe does not want you to go through another toxic relationship where you feel like shit, where you feel unloved, where you feel stuck in this like trauma bond. That's not what this is supposed to be. This is supposed to be something, this is a cycle breaking relationship where you break everything that has failed your relationships in the past. And I think for the people watching, for a lot of you, I feel like you might be the Panther, but I mean, it could definitely be either or. But I feel like with this Queen of Swords here, you or both of you definitely have always had this attitude of like, well, if I don't get invested, then if they leave me, then it doesn't matter. And that's something that Spirit really wants you to let go of. You don't even open up so that when it inevitably, and this is not my words, these are what I'm assuming are your words, when it inevitably fails, you won't be hurt, or it won't matter too much. And that's part of the problem. That's part of the reason why you haven't been able to have a relationship that is long lasting and solid and not formed on some bond with trauma, or that isn't just toxic. And so like I was saying with my point is that toxic behaviors can be unlearned. Toxic behaviors can be transcended. Forgiveness is definitely going to be an important aspect of this connection, but I really feel like the passion and the love between the both of you is what is actually going to, it's just going to be the glue and the motivating factor to rise above your natural, both of your natural inclinations to run or to lash out, and instead work together and face it. You both are used to being in this Five of Swords energy where the second things get tough, it's like, okay, well, back to the drawing board. And this Strength card is saying, no, not this time. The strength of this connection, the strength of this bond, it's gonna force you both to really work through this. And like, with the snake being here, it's like neither of you is snaky, but what this snake really, what I see it coming through here as is shedding skin, shedding things that you don't need anymore. You know, a lot of the reason why you built up these defenses and why you have these coping mechanisms and why you have these behaviors that stop you from receiving love is because of how your past experiences have been, and you've been really walled off to love because either you were never shown what unconditional love looks like or what genuine love looks like, or you've been so far removed from that feeling that you forgot what it feels like. But just because you've forgotten what it feels like or what it is supposed to feel or know what it's supposed to feel like doesn't mean that you can't feel it, because trust me, even if you've never felt it, you will know it when you feel it. And when that moment happens, I'm like gonna start crying. This is so sweet. You'll understand why this relationship is worth it. And it's really beautiful. Like this is really beautiful. And you guys are gonna heal so much in this relationship. And instead of just going into like a hibernation mode when things don't work or just pretending like a problem doesn't exist, for the first time you're gonna have someone who actually wants to work with you and rise above the difficult problems. Because here's the thing, you're not a bad person. Like, neither is this person. You're both wonderful, but your experiences have shown you otherwise and made you believe otherwise. And so now you're embodying the beliefs of what your outer world has shown you. And this relationship is going to show you that that's fucking bullshit, man. Like, you both are awesome. And I think that this is going to help you both channel your creativity in such beautiful ways. And for the first time, I feel like you're going to truly understand why people actually give a shit about love, why people actually, you know, fall for this stuff, and why this is worth it. Because listen, you can cuddle a wad of cash, but you're probably going to get some paper cuts and it's probably not that warm. But at the end of the day, when with you and this person, it's not going to matter what you guys have. It's not going to matter what you're doing. As long as you guys have each other, it's all going to be okay. And what I want to stress here, because this is just your next relationship, no matter what, it'll be worth it, and it'll happen in the highest good for both of you. For some of you, this could be the person you end up with. For others, not. It's a general reading, and this is just your next one, or the one you're currently in. And it's really beautiful, and this is in your life for a reason. And this is really, I think this is going to bring you both a lot of psychic development. You could be having dreams about this person already. You might not know them, and you might be having dreams about them. We'll look at that in the extended. But for the first time ever, you're going to be able to really collaborate with someone and trust someone. And I think that is something that you haven't had before. This person is going to make you feel beautiful. This person is going to make you feel strong. This person is going to show you all the beautiful, they're going to illuminate all the things about yourself that were always there, but that you were not able to see because of hurt, because of your surroundings, because of people that were not there for your highest good. But I can promise you that this is for your highest good. And this is going to help you and this person heal from a lot of really difficult stuff in your past and learn that you are not your pain. You are not your bad experiences. You are a soul having a human experience, and you have everything within you that you need to transcend and heal that pain. And not only will you, but you've got somebody with you to do it together. And it's really going to make it worth it. It really is. This connection is going to open up so many doors, and the wonders it's going to do to both of your creative abilities and the way you're going to support each other when it comes to just being eccentric and being yourselves is going to be really awesome. This is going to be the first relationship, I think, for a lot of you where you truly feel like you can be yourself and that you feel treasured and valued for yourself. And that's really special, and that's really important. And I'm really excited for you. So we're going to get into your charms now and see what is going on there. So let me get the bowl out. I already shook these up and like shuffled them. I just didn't want to, especially for my headphone people, I didn't want to murder your ears. So, okay, pile, all right, tea. Pile 2, Spirit. What charms are relevant for pile 2? Okay, yeah, Spirit's really going off right now. Okay, oh wait, is there one stuck somewhere? Okay, no, now I can close it. Okay. And there's a lot about light here. Like, we just have to talk about it. Where do I even want to start? I'm so excited. Okay. So let's start with the gumball machine. So this connection is going to be full of surprises. And like, I feel the reason why it's hard to really put a lot of like, because I feel like I've really been describing your dynamic and less so like the relationship in terms of like how it will operate in the 3D. And that's kind of because it is going to be different for all of you, but there's an abundance of blessings to come from this. And I think a lot of it is going to stem from the fact that you both are going to be more creative. And I think as a result, you're going to increase your abundance. But I think that like random blessings are going to come in. Like for some of you, I heard like dog, but it doesn't have to be a dog. Like you might be allergic to dogs or something. So it might be like a pet. For some of you, it could be kids. If that's something that you want, don't attack me in the comments, okay? If you don't want children, that's great. But believe it or not, humans are biologically wired to want them. And there's a lot of people that do. So don't come for me, okay? Like, even if you don't want kids, you still get the feelings that you want to. Like, you can be as spiritual as you want, but biology go brr. Anyway, yeah, lots of blessings. What else? Okay, so we have I Carry Your Heart With Me. And I think that this is really beautiful because the fact that you have each other's hearts is what will keep you both committed to like working on this and working through the pain. And like in Spirit stressing to me, it's not the pain of the relationship. It's just the pain of both of your pasts and how this relationship is going to highlight those things, and it's gonna be painful. But it's illuminating. We have the sun and the moon, and I'm thinking of the quote, there are 3 things that are certain: the sun, the moon, and the truth. And I feel like one of you is the sun, the other is the moon, but you both are. It's very yin-yangy where you're like, where one of you is, you both illuminate the things that you're unable to see in each other and shatter illusions about love, about life, about your spirituality, about what you believe in, about what's truly possible, and honestly, about your attitudes. Because both of you sometimes have a bit of an attitude, need some attitude adjustments. But that's a lot easier said than done, to be fair. And like, especially when you're dealing with things like coping with trauma or like mental illness, like it's not that easy, but like it's something you might want to be mindful of, you know? Because like you might not be able to control how you're feeling, but like, for example, I have a lot of really intrusive thoughts that are just not productive. And like before I was spiritual or anything like that, my brain was just a big bully. Like, and it really, really tore me down all the time. And it only took me healing to realize like how mean I was to myself, and how maybe I projected that as a result, or I acted out in ways that I didn't really mean because of that sort of thing. You know what I mean? And so I feel like you're really just going to have so much more illumination on why you act the way that you do. And this is just a really all-encompassing relationship. We have Leo and Pisces energy here, which we have Leo, the charm here, and we have generous. And I think that you both will be very generous to one another. I swear, I'm sorry, I can't hold charms to save my life. I really don't think this has anything to do with my nails. I think it's the fact that I have butterfingers. But yeah, this is going to be a relationship that really, it tests your faith in a very positive way, in a very beautiful way. And with this heart, like I just heard crown chakra. So yeah, it's really going to deepen your connection to the spiritual world. And you're going to realize that your guides never abandoned you. The spirit world, like the loving energy, God never abandoned you or the universe never abandoned you if you don't want to use the word God. Spirit never abandoned you. It's just that maybe you guys turned your back on it because you believed that you weren't worthy of that, or you didn't have anything to show you otherwise. But it's really going to open both of your hearts up. And I think you both are going to treat each other like royalty. I mean, the fact that we have Leo here. We also have Sagittarius here. Optimist. Yes! Oh, fuck. Okay, this makes me so excited because I do think both of you have really pessimistic attitudes. And this is what you're both going to have to motivate each other to be more positive. And it's going to be really good for the both of you. I think it's going to be really awesome. With 9, we definitely have like Virgo energy there with September, and a little bit of Libra, but we have 6, which could be Gemini, and Cancer, June. Yeah, Cancer. Okay, let's see what else. So we have this pink ring here. So for some of you, you definitely could have a more serious commitment with this person. For some, I heard like promise ring or something. So maybe you guys won't think about like true commitment, but there'll be some kind of like promise made or something that will really keep you both strong. But pink, I mean, I'm wearing pink today because it's, 1, my favorite color, and 2, it's the color of unconditional love to me, and it's the love of joy and like, I don't know, good shit. And like I think that no matter what happens between the both of you, there will always be love between the two of you. Like even if this romantic relationship doesn't end in like the type of commitment you're wanting, or I don't even want to say you're wanting, the type of commitment you might expect. I definitely think it's important not to have expectations with this relationship, just to allow things to happen. That way things will flow easier and you won't find yourself being disappointed or confused when things don't turn out the way you expected them to. Just don't have expectations. Like, I mean, have expectations in terms of like how you expect somebody to treat you, but not in terms of how you expect the outcome of the relationship to be, because the outcome doesn't matter. It's the journey that matters. And I think through both of you getting in tune with your heart spaces, you're going to be unlocking a lot of beautiful things in one another. You're going to be the key to each other's hearts. And we have 2 here, so this could be Aquarius energy or Pisces energy. But I also just think of like the 2 of Cups. I'm actually thinking the 2 of Hearts. And so it's like, you know, you guys are like 2 peas in a pod. You guys are, this is going to be a really balanced connection. The energy you give is going to be the energy you receive. And I'm going to say that in terms of like, so if you give like negative energy, you're going to receive it back. If you give good energy, you're going to receive it back. But even if it is negative, like Spirit is confirming to me that it can be transmuted. What's interesting with this lemon, well, at first I heard, I don't know if you guys remember this viral video of this professor screaming no pomegranates really loud. I know she wasn't doing it because she didn't like pomegranates. She was doing it for a reason, but I don't know what the point of that lesson was. So pomegranates could be significant, or like the lesson that she was teaching them behind that video could be significant. So you might want to look up no pomegranates. But I also heard Sour Patch Kids. First they're sour, then they're sweet. And so I feel like if you guys do have like, you'll be just as quick to make up if you do argue, is kind of like what I'm seeing, because both of you will realize it's not worth holding on to that resentment, like when there's so much love to share between the 2 of you. You know what I mean? And like, I think that this is just going to be the perfect fit for the both of you with this shoe here. And like, I'm hearing if this shoe fits, and like, I don't know, maybe I'm hearing Cinderella. So Cinderella could be significant. So what's interesting, I mean, if you felt drawn to pile 1, maybe you should look at that, because there might be some similar energies between pile 2 and pile 1. But these do feel like different energies, if I'm going to be honest, but I could see how they could be just different layers. But I do think that this is a connection that I'm hearing like materialism won't matter. So maybe if like materialism, like material comforts is something that like you both have relied on to feel secure, it's like you're not going to need that. You're going to realize how material things are so not the type of security that you thought you needed, or maybe if you felt secure in your material world, you'll realize how unfulfilling material security is, if that makes sense. If you don't have love, of course. We also have the little lantern. So this also makes me think of like Hermit Virgo energy. For some of you, I am hearing that like maybe you are in a separation with this person or something like that. I've really been avoiding kind of that language because I just want to focus on like your next relationship and just be more open to the connection. But when Spirit says, listen, what Spirit wants, Spirit gets. And I definitely think that this connection is light, like in the sense that it's going to transmute all that negative energy. It's going to be really beautiful. We also have the pineapple here, which I feel like you both are going to find a sense of home in one another. You're going to feel safe with one another. You're going to feel joyful and like welcome in each other's presence. And you could have a home together. You could move in together. You could create a beautiful home together. For some of you, I heard you might even build like your own home. Like you might literally create your own home, which is lit. Like love that for you both. What an HGTV moment. But yeah, it's going to be really, this is going to be a really expansive. Ooh, SpongeBob. You guys might like watch SpongeBob or something. You might have characters that you identify as, and like, I don't know, that might be like an inside joke with the both of you. But we also have this cat. And so I feel like I feel like Spirit wants me to assure the both of you that you're going to see through those obvious defense mechanisms that you have. And one interesting thing about this connection is that your intuitive abilities for the both of you are going to like increase tenfold the more you guys heal. And it's like the more you grow closer together and bond and like heal, the more in tune you guys will be. And it's like you'll pick up on each other's funny feelings. You both will like, I can just see you both at like a party or like a dinner party or something. And let's say you're like with a group of friends and somebody new comes and you guys like leave the party. You guys like maybe exchange looks, but then you leave the party and you both are like, so what was up with that guy? Like his energy was really weird. Like it was really off or whatever. Or like just really interesting things that I really honestly can't explain, but you'll know them when you feel them. And finally we have the letter T. So I heard Tanner, Tanya, and Tony. What's Tartar? What is that? It makes me think of like Borat 2 with Tutar. Iconic. Let's see, what else? What other T things? I'm hearing Tennessee. This person, one thing that might indicate who this person is, they will have really silly, they will use really silly pickup lines on you. Like, oh shoot, what's up? Well, you're the only 10 I see, or, oh my God, your, first card, the first linking energy was 10. So 10 could be significant. 1 or 0, that makes me think of the Magician and the Fool. So you both could be manifesting a new beginning. T for 2, 2 for T. I heard 2 tons. I don't know why I would say that. 2 tones? I don't know. It's there if it has any meaning. But I also heard Tiny. Like, for some of you, that might be the name of like a pet you get, like Tiny. Oh, and Tim. Tim is another one. But okay, I'm going to zoom in on these, and feel free to pause the video if you want to look at the charms a little bit closer. But pile 2, I'm going to leave your reading here. If you want to go over and meet me in the extended, we're going to look at how you are going to meet this person, or if you've already met them, it'll confirm that this is this person. And then we're going to see the blessings that come from this relationship and advice that you need to hear and further blessings. But if you're leaving me here, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching my ads and supporting me. That is the simplest and easiest way to support me, and I just genuinely appreciate it. Thank you so much for sitting through all of this, and I really hope it resonated. Definitely let me know down in the comments how it resonates. I would love to hear. If you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you left a like, and if you haven't already, I would love it if you subscribed and clicked that little bell notification. Even if you clicked that notification before, YouTube has the habit of like not giving you notifications, so make sure you're still clicking that even if you are subscribed. But thank you guys so much for letting me read your cards and charms. I really hope that you enjoyed this reading, and I hope that it resonated. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night whenever it is that you're watching this, and I hope you'll come back and see me again soon. Bye! Hi there, Pile 3. Thank you so much for being here. If you guys chose the Dalmatian Jasper Heart and the Santa Muerte Tarot, this is going to be your reading on your next or current relationship. So if you have any questions or you get confused at any point, watch the intro if you skipped it. Should be answered there, but we're gonna start out by looking at the current energies, if you're in this relationship, or the energy of what this relationship will be like once you are in it. And we'll be looking at the both of you, and then we will look at why, and then of course we'll do charms. So, and then if it's resonating, there will be even more in the extended, which I'll talk about later. So let's look at the energy of this connection first. And to start, we have number 2, rebirth. And this is the, it's this chakra. It's below the root chakra. It's like the earth star chakra. I like calling it the mega root. But the divine energies surrounding this connection are the violet spectrum and Archangel Uriel, divine wisdom. And then the first person in this connection is being represented by the owl. And their energies are also being represented by Gemini. And friendship. Wow. Okay, yeah, that crocodile could not wait to get out there. And so the crocodile person is being represented by Sagittarius and patience. So where do we want to start with this? This is a really, really interesting pile. And I do just want to say, in terms of astrology signs, if you or this person does have those placements, great, but you don't need to have them in order for them to resonate. But let's look at the connecting energies, because it's really telling of where you and this person are going to be when you're in a relationship. So we have the energy of rebirth here. So if you don't know this person, you're going to meet them after a transformation, or once you start dating them, there is going to be a transformation. This could be somebody that you have been with before, or had a situationship with before. This could be a rebirth of that. But this connection, this relationship, is one that does seem to be transformative in some kind. And I think that that speaks to the connection as a whole, and you both as individuals. There will be a lot of transformation occurring, I think, before you get together and after you get together. So it's a very impactful relationship. And one thing that I'm seeing here is that it's definitely related to your spiritual growth and divine guidance, because the violet spectrum is all about, kind of the spirit world, the crown chakra. There's a lot of synchronicities, the divine plan, and Archangel Uriel is all about divine wisdom. And considering Archangel Uriel is protecting this connection, I think it makes a lot of sense, because these are two very smart people. Let me just be honest. This might be a controversial statement, but I feel like Sagittarius is the Gemini of the fire signs. I might be wrong with that, but you two are really cool. I'm just gonna be honest. Whether you're the owl or the crocodile person, your energies are very unique and hard to pin down. And truthfully, I think what you and this person struggle with the most, or will struggle with, or do just in general struggle with the most, is being grounded and like really being here, present on earth. So the fact that we have this earth star chakra coming through here, I think it goes to show that this relationship is incredibly grounding, and you two are very good for each other. So if you're single, this person that's coming in or coming back in, for some of you, please don't, if you can groan, but like, just don't attack me. This is what the cards are saying. If you really don't like it, pick a different pile. But but like I said, this could be somebody new that you just meet, or somebody that has changed so much it's like you're meeting somebody new. But what I'm seeing here with the owl, this is definitely somebody who is very intellectual, sees things from a higher perspective. They could be psychic or have especially like clairvoyant abilities. This is somebody very wise and somebody with a very quick mind. There's a lot of air energy here, Gemini especially, but also Libra and Aquarius. You don't have to have those placements, but what I'm seeing here is that this is somebody who has a lot of inner knowing. I'm feeling claircognizance as well. And this person in this connection has an understanding of this connection that I think exists, has an understanding or like knows a truth about this connection before they actually see it happen. So if this is you, for example, you might know that you and this crocodile person are like meant to be together before you even have any reason to believe that. And what I'm seeing here is that you and this person, whichever you are, you might be friends at first. Like maybe this crocodile person really wants to be in a relationship, but the owl just wants to start as friends and build from there. There might be something like that going on, but I think this is going to be really good for the both of you, because this crocodile person, they don't have to be a Sagittarius, but they do have like just like intense energy. It kind of seems like, I just heard like momentum and like movement, like kinetic energy. This crocodile person, they're being represented by a water sign, Cancer, or by water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But I really don't think, even if this person has water placements, they don't seem like a very emotional person. They seem like a passionate person, especially when it comes to things that they are really interested in. But this is the type of person that could be really interested in something one minute and lose complete interest in it the next. I feel like they don't really put their emotions into things a lot, primarily because deeper emotions just aren't really something that they experience a whole lot and haven't felt a need for it. Which could be why maybe there's been problems in the past. But I think the reason why this rebirth or this transformation that I'm hearing is so significant is because this owl person, their transformation really involves seeing things from an objective perspective and not taking things personally. And so once they're in a relationship with this crocodile, they're going to have a level of awareness that not a lot of people have. At least not a lot of people who are, I guess just not a lot of people, because it's very hard to look at things objectively and not take things personally. And so this is just going to be a sign of how much this owl person has grown, how much wisdom they have. I mean, divine wisdom. This connection is all about learning, which is why I would not be surprised if maybe if you're single, this might be coming around for round 2 for a rebirth, or if you are with this person, you have been just transforming a lot because you two are teaching one another so much. Because I get this vibe from the owl, like they really, really wanted something solid, something romantic at first, and maybe things got too heated too quick, and like y'all had to, and it just didn't work. And I think the owl has seen a lot of things be mirrored. Obviously, this is somebody who probably overanalyzes things to death. Because I honestly get Virgo energy with this owl. I mean, Gemini is also ruled by Mercury, so it's more like Mercury energy. Mercurian, is that a word? Mercury energy. But I think like this owl is gonna see the value in developing a friendship before anything else first. I mean, this relationship is gonna be really awesome because the primary like glue, like the connecting factor is not like a feeling that these two have. It's a deeper purpose that's really grounded in the earth, that I think both of these people need a rock, and it's like they're the rock for each other in a lot of ways. Looking at this crocodile person, they definitely are very free spirited, and I definitely feel like this is the type of person who has looked at relationships as being like traps, or just not for them, maybe because they they do kind of have hit it and quit it energy. And I think that this owl is really going to show this crocodile and help this crocodile learn that there is value in being patient and waiting for things to happen. I feel like this is going to be the first time, I don't want to say the first time, but at the very least the first time in a long time that this person has felt safe enough to acknowledge their emotions, either acknowledge them, sit in them, or express them. I also think that this owl is going to help this, or does help this crocodile, like, what's the word? Consider their emotions instead of shutting them down or acting impulsively because of them. This owl is going to help this crocodile slow down and simmer. Like, I'm hearing just simmer down, like relax. Because I do feel like this crocodile has a level of hypervigilance to them, where it's kind of like they like to keep moving forward, one, because they get bored easily. Same with this owl, though. It's like both of these two are not the greatest with like focus and grounding. They're both very determined, but I think that one of the reasons why this relationship is meant to happen is because these two are interesting and quick-minded enough to keep one another engaged and intrigued and keep the friendship going, but also the grounding effect of one, the fact that it's actually not just grounding, it's grounding and it's spiritual. So both of these people are motivated by intriguing things. The crocodile person is very philosophical, but they might get like they might have a one-track mind sometimes where they think they're always right. And this owl person matches their intellectual abilities. And so they're able to kind of, I don't want to say play devil's advocate, but show, because it's not really devil's advocate energy. It's more like look at things from a different perspective. And it's really helpful to this crocodile. And in addition to that, this connection is helping the crocodile learn how to be patient and value things and see the value in rest. I feel like this person doesn't rest a lot. And this owl is showing them how to do that. And I think what's really interesting here is that this patience and this friendship, while I was attributing them to one person each in the last pile, I feel like this is kind of just mutual with one another. Like, you both have to learn how to be patient with yourselves and each other. You both have to nurture and value the friendship between you two. It's not just a romantic connection. It's something that starts a lot more, it's something with a really solid foundation. And I think that's why this rebirth happened, or is going to happen, because it's going to start rather from a place where I think if this happened in the past, either this is an experience you had with this person in the past where there was like a false start, or things started and then they fizzled out, like they were really intense and then it's like they broke away. And I feel like if that happened, neither one of these people could really get the other off their minds. And like minds is the biggest thing here, like their brains. But if that's not the case, if this is a new person, or your relationship has been great since you've started, then this is definitely a case where your past relationships taught you both how to be patient, how to have this like solid foundation. It's like your past experiences were just the culmination of lessons that you needed in order to be prepared for this relationship and continue to transform. I feel like you guys feed off of each other in a really wonderful way and cool one another down at the same time. You guys are quick-minded enough. Like, I feel like there's a lot of witty banter here, probably a lot of inside jokes, or there will be a lot of inside jokes. I could just even see like you two having your own like kind of language, and maybe for some of you that's something you bond over. Like maybe you're from a similar culture and you're both bilingual or trilingual and can speak 2 different languages or something like that. But I think especially if there was like a separation involved here, neither one of these people was ever able to let go of the other, because these two, you and this person, serve as catalysts for one another to grow and transform and change, which is really wonderful. And I mean, it makes sense that Archangel Uriel would be protecting this connection, because you both are so smart that it's kind of difficult for you two to learn lessons from other people, if that makes sense. It's like you both are kind of set in your ways. And this connection forces both of you to look at things from a different perspective. And I think it's really freeing in the sense that I think that this is the first time where either of you will or do feel secure. And I think actually if this is somebody that you're involved with in the past, you're going to be really surprised, but also grateful for everything that happened between the two of you. Because I feel like if you both were in a commitment in the past, it would have just fizzled out and been something not very fulfilling. But Spirit really wants this connection to happen, really wants this relationship to happen, which is why it's coming through. And for those of you who picked this pile and you're with this person, I mean, definitely comment down below like your experiences and encourage those people who haven't met this person yet, that change really is possible. I think change is great and people should change. But I would definitely say that these two have wonderful conversations. Pillow talk is definitely a big thing. And I just heard the song Pillow Talk by Zayn in my head. And definitely, y'all get a little freaky. You guys have a lot of fun. Narnia could be significant for some reason. Or Harry Potter. I mean, this kind of, both of these kind of look like the Deathly Hallows, but the other cards had these symbols too, and I didn't notice that there. All the thing is missing is like the elder one. But anyway, yeah, this connection requires the both of you to commit to something. Not to come for your necks, but to learn how to be patient and actually commit to something rather than just give up because it's not the instant gratification you were looking for. This is definitely not an instant gratification type of relationship. And in fact, if you are single, I feel like if you're the owl person, the crocodile person is definitely like coming your way, if you know what I mean. Like they're making plans, but they're being patient. It's like they're waiting for the right time, and I feel called to tell you that. Whereas with the owl, like if you're the crocodile, like, and if you're thinking about this, the owl, I feel like all you need to know is that you do need to be prepared to take things slow, because I feel like what this relationship is going to do is force the both of you to I just heard humanize one another, because maybe because of past pain, you could have villainized one another, or you could have, like for some, for example, if looking at it purely from a physical level, you could have looked at them as, I don't like this, but you could have looked at them as just, somebody to take home. I feel like for some of you, you really didn't see the value in this connection until you lost it, or until you found it again. No matter what though, this relationship is really awesome because it's teaching both of you how to, like, I just heard grit, like how to have more grit, how to see things through, how to trust your own intuition as well, and how to get out of your own head. You both are really good for each other. But that's the thing, is while you both are really good for each other, it's only because you've transformed. If you met this person when you were a former version of yourself, or if you had been in a full-on relationship with this person before as a former version of yourself, you would have brought out the worst in each other. And it honestly would have been kind of volatile, is what I'm hearing, and it wouldn't have been anything in your highest good. So if this was a false start in the past, like, it was meant to be a false start, because when rejection is divine protection, and you both were clearly being divinely protected from something. And the fact that we have the violet spectrum here goes to show that there's a deeper spiritual purpose for this. What's interesting is that I get starseed energy from the both of you. You might resonate with that. It's fine if you don't, but if you do, I feel like both of you it's difficult for both of you to, like, really ground yourselves and be present on earth, because you both have really rich, like, inner worlds, and you're just very fascinating. It's like you both just crave knowledge, and you crave, like, stimulation, and yeah, you both just like to keep it interesting. I mean, these are two people that I feel like would be allergic to routines. And maybe part of your transformation is getting into a routine and actually forcing yourself to do that. I'm with you in that boat. Like, routines feel like sticking it to the man, but then I realized, like, by sticking it to the man, I'm making my life harder, so I might as well get one, you know what I mean? So I feel like this connection forces you to grow and to transform and to change. And whether this is, like, before you're in a relationship, it's definitely after you're in a relationship. I think that you guys are constantly, whether you're in it already or not, so long as you're in this relationship, you're going to be evolving and learning. And I think that you both are actually going to evolve and learn at a really rapid pace. There's going to be a lot of spiritual awakenings here. And I do feel like this owl will teach the crocodile a lot in term about, like, their own psychic abilities, because everybody has psychic abilities. But I think the owl's more of a natural at it, or actively practices with them, and they're going to help the crocodile with that, and I think that's also going to bring them closer. So overall, this is a really cool relationship. This is definitely, like, I just heard, like, everything before this person was a square peg in a round hole, if that makes sense. Like, you both are, in a weird way, like, just a good fit for one another. And this relationship has an insane amount of growth and transformation, and a lot of abundance as well. I feel like you guys could be making some real money together, depending on how long you're together. That could be different for everybody. I mean, with this type of energy, I could see the two of you being like, we're never gonna get married or anything like that, which is completely valid. Or I could see you having the whole 9 yards. Like, maybe neither of you ever thought you wanted to settle down, and you two realize this is the person you want to settle down with. It's going to be, like I said, it's going to be different for all of you. But this is a great example of a connection where growth and change is needed in yourselves and in your dynamic in order to make it truly work. But it's awesome. Like, it's awesome. And while it's tough in the moment, it's definitely worth it in the long run. And I think you and this person, like, your attraction to one another, the way you feel about one another, or will feel about one another, is just honestly unparalleled. And I think it'll be a relief for the both of you to know that, like, there is somebody out there that can match your level, and there is somebody out there that can keep up with you, and they're going to be relieved that somebody can keep up with them. Because I think that's the problem for both of you, is that you're both really, like, sporadic. You both are fun. I think you both are impulsive, and maybe that's part of your problem, is, like, the impulsivity leads to making decisions that you regret later, or you might have picked people who don't really like impulsive things in the past, and maybe you felt bad about your impulsivity and felt like it was a flaw or something. And I think that you and this person are going to show each other, you're going to bring out the best in one another and dilute the aspects that other people might find too intense. That doesn't mean that there's something wrong with other people or there's anything wrong with you. It's just that the way that your energy is, it's going to be less compatible with like really, really grounded people, if that makes sense. Because I feel like you and this person are just going to like feed ideas off each other all the time. And I just see you guys like sending each other like memes throughout the day that are like just really ridiculous, like deep fried memes and stuff like that. I also see you guys being very, well, thankfully I don't see it. I'm more just being told. There's gonna be a really good physical connection here as well. In fact, like the physical connection and like the romantic connection between you might go through a lot of transformations. And I think it's just the more you learn about this connection. Oh, and I'm hearing this too. The more you learn about this connection, the more you'll understand why the both of you were meant to be together for a period of time or for however long. And it'll bring you closer to yourselves, each other, and the universe. I really get the vibe, especially from this pile, that you two are probably less, just more skeptical. Like you could be spiritual, but it does feel like you definitely, I don't want to say fall off the wagon, because like just being human is a spiritual experience in of itself, and like drifting away from that brings you closer to it in general. But I guess it's just, for some, I get this energy, like, especially being in separation with this person right now, it's like the will we, won't we, will we, won't we. And I think the more you have confidence in yourself and in this connection, the quicker it'll come to fruition. But also, I think that once you're with this person, or now that you're with this person, you'll realize how silly it was that you were so worried about this connection before, because you'll realize that spirit has always had your back. The universe has always had your back on this, and they will continue to have your back. It's like you and this person are going to be like perfect mirrors of one another in a lot of ways. And this relationship, I think, is going to be really exciting. I can see you guys traveling a lot. For some of you, I heard like publishing like books, which, I mean, that's a very specific message, but maybe you do research together. Maybe you meet in an academic setting. We'll look at that in the extended. But yeah, there's definitely an intellectual connection here that is unmatched. And I think that that is what really roots you two together, is because you guys, this isn't just love. You guys are homies too. And maybe at some point, maybe you will just be friends and it'll develop into more. But that's a really wonderful thing, because having a solid friendship gives it a good gives the relationship a good foundation to rest on. And for two people like you who do get really enthralled in those like fiery, passionate, interesting, stimulating connections that fade away as quickly as they come in, I think it's going to be a really comforting change for the both of you, that you can really trust this. And maybe you've had really difficult relationships in the past where you felt like, you know, relationships are traps. Maybe you both have felt that way, and that they all just end poorly. I think you're going to realize that that's not the case. You were just accepting that as a truth because that was just part of your journey at the time. But let's go ahead and look at why, like the purpose of this connection, like why you're here, why spirit wants you two to be together, why you will be, well, no, let's be real, why you will be together, because this is your next relationship. So I'm definitely very intrigued to see what's going to come out here, because of like all the piles so far, I would say that your energy is the most specific but vague. You guys are very contradictory. And you're probably like, thank you, I know. You never know what you're going to get with me, which makes sense with Gemini energy because it is so mutable. And Sagittarius energy is just so free-spirited. It's like, I'm thinking of like Cartman in that South Park episode when he's on Maury and he's like, whatever, I do what I want. Oh, you guys are going to be competitive. That's also what's going to make it really like steamy. Like, I'm literally thinking about, Spirit's still showing me the Cartman example where he's fighting with that other girl on Maury and she's like, you ain't bad, I run with gangs. And Carmen's like, oh yeah, well I run with 12 gangs and we only commit hate crimes. Whatever, I do what I want. And obviously, like, I don't think that's what you're gonna be doing at all. But yeah, maybe South Park is a show you guys enjoy together. Maybe Colorado is significant. I don't know. But yeah, Spirit wanted me to talk about that example. So yeah, probably not. It's probably an episode that didn't age poorly. Didn't age well, if I'm gonna be honest. But still, gotta talk about it. Okay. Anyway, let's see. So, Spirit, what is the point of this connection? Why is this going to be pile three's next relationship, or why is this pile three's relationship? Okay, so we have the Ten of Swords. This makes me think of Silence of the Lambs. Hello, Clarice. Five of Swords. Oh my god. Okay, the Five of Swords has popped out in every single pile so far. So that is just really interesting. We have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Alrighty. We have the Hierophant upright. Got some Taurus energy here. Okay, we also have the Knight of Wands and Santa Muerte, Death. Which is, okay, I'm already taking more cards in the other piles. Don't tell them. And if you're from another pile, hi, sorry. Okay, let's see. Spirit, can you clarify all of these, please, before we get into it? Okay, we have the Magician. This is so pathetic, right ear is ringing really loudly right now all of a sudden. And if you ever feel bad about yourself, I still have to do this to know my left from my right. So feel better about yourself. At least, hopefully you can do that. If not, you're not alone. Okay. Spirit, what is the purpose of this connection, this relationship? I'm so used to saying connection, but when I say connection, I mean relationship. Okay, we have the Empress. I just heard a Kesha song. I think it's We Are Who We Are, but I can't remember. It's like, I just heard the beginning part, hot and dangerous. If you're one of us, then roll with us. Like that. Which definitely Knight of Wands energy. We have the Queen of Swords in reverse. We have the Ace of Wands upright. And on the back of the deck, oh, we have Temperance in reverse. And underneath that, we have the Two of Cups, which I think, oh, look, and we have the King of Swords in reverse too. Oh, counterparts, icons. Okay. Okay, so let's talk about this. Why are you with this person or going to be with this person? Well, let's talk about this Two of Cups because, first of all, this is the most major arcanas that have come out in any of the piles. Not that it matters, like, every connection is significant, but I know you two like to feel special, so I'm going to lay it on a little thick for you both. You guys are the Two of Cups. This is literally my favorite Two of Cups card, and it just, like, and I love this one even more because I feel like you both get emotional satisfaction from being understood. And you two are very difficult to understand, no offense. Hopefully I'm doing you justice, but it's almost like for one of you, well, I guess it's for both of you. It works both ways, but you're able to touch one another's hearts in a way that no one else has, and you're able to stimulate each other's brains in a way no one else has. And I think that's just what you both need. Like, I definitely think you both struggle with ego issues, like pride issues, like not wanting to be too needy or anything like that. I think you both are afraid of being needy. But anyway, let's talk about these cards. So the reason that you deserve this relationship, or why this relationship is happening, is that one, with this Magician card here and the Hierophant card here, this could be indicative of a very high level spiritual connection, which we've already seen. But with the Magician here, if you're not with this person and you know who this person is, or you feel like you know who this person is, you're actively manifesting one another right now. And the universe is encouraging you, because while you may not be able to see the fruits of your efforts right now, they might not be harvested yet, the seeds have been planted, and you both have transcended a lot of pain, either from past connections, from this connection, or both. Oh shoot, what was that song that just came through? Something about learning from heartbreak. I can't remember what the song is. It's like not playing, but the lyrics are, you were never meant to stay in this heartbroken, non-committal energy. And truth be told, like, I don't think that when you enter this relationship you are going to feel heartbroken, but I think that the way that you and your partner or future partner are going to, the way you guys learn the most is through emotional pain, because I think your emotional body is the one that is the most impactful, because it's not the one you two rely on in terms of how you operate in the world and how you make decisions. I think you both really exist in your heads, and you probably overthink about this connection a lot. And I think it's taking everything in you both, or it did take everything in you both to really come together. It's almost like against all odds, which is really cool. And one thing that I'm seeing here, if I'm going to be honest, is that I feel like I'm addressing one of you. You needed to be treated like shit so you could realize how awesome you are. And for your partner, I feel like they either needed to learn what it was like to lose somebody like you, and have other people to compare it to realize a good thing when they see it. Because I really am getting, like, I feel like this Knight of Wands especially is all about, like, this Sagittarius person, which they don't have to be a Sagittarius. I meant the crocodile, but they're free-spirited, and I feel like they do have a pretty short attention span. And I don't mean that in, like, literally, but I feel like they like exciting, passionate flings, but they don't really like to go deeper. And for them, this is all about you transforming and learning how to balance both of your energies. This connection is so important because neither of you have books, resources, I guess besides this video, or like other readers, you don't have confirmation in the physical to tell you that you're on the right path, or really anything to confirm why this relationship is here, why it was meant to be, or why it is meant to be. With this is death, this is transformation, and very Scorpio-esque energy. We have Taurus, the Hierophant, and Sagittarius again with Temperance. And for the crocodile person, a big reason why they've needed this relationship is because, or this relationship is happening, is because they need to, like, chill the fuck out. Like, they do need to like calm down, and also acknowledge, like, the depths within them. They have a lot of emotional depth. They just don't really like to explore that because it's uncomfortable. It's kind of foreign. They'd rather explore a foreign country than their own emotions, which I think most of us would, but still. This person, or probably both of you, actually, no, you know what? Okay, I feel like I'm making this confusing, and I'm starting to see an interesting energy here. So look at these 4 cards as, actually, no. Let's split it down the middle. Whichever one you identify as, and honestly, I'm going to tell you which ones I see. I see the crocodile being over here, and I see the owl being right here. I think the owl was really hurt, either by somebody in the past or probably by this crocodile. I'm just going to be honest. And they learned how to step into their own power, or this connection taught them how to step into their own power, to realize that people are going to hurt them. Like, that's just life. And instead of using it as an excuse to be abusive to themselves and tell themselves that they suck and tell them that they can't do anything right, they're learning how to grow and see the confidence in themselves and be their best selves. And truthfully, they need to be in this energy in order for this relationship to work. They have to be confident in themselves, because let's be honest, this crocodile, they don't really always think about how their actions affect others. And I think that if this was a false start in the past, this owl person, I'm like having to mentally remember who this was, they were really disappointed. And I think they just maybe still do go around in mental circles about why things happen the way they did. I feel like definitely, like I said in the beginning, you know, this owl person, they knew what was going on here well before the crocodile person did. And the purpose of this relationship was to make this owl see their worth, to make them realize that they are an empress, no matter what they identify as, to make them nurture themselves instead of looking for it from someone else, to make them finally believe in themselves. Because I think that the owl person saw a lot of value in the crocodile person that the crocodile person didn't see in themselves. And truthfully, the crocodile person, because their energy, like I high key with this Knight of Wands, like I really think that this person has a lot of fire energy, so I could definitely see them being an Aries or a Leo or having those placements as well, just because like there does seem to be a lot of ego relating to their perspective. They don't even like to prove themselves wrong. And I definitely think that this connection was meant to help you, I'm hearing, transcend that pain, or vice versa. I feel like really, okay, just a side note, I know I'm being very like sporadic. It's because you guys, it's because I don't want to blame you guys. It could just be me being bad at reading, but like you guys have such like distinct energies that come through, and I think it goes to show like how not only fast moving, but how this connection is complex, and there's a lot of layers to it, and I'm like trying to pinpoint them to like, okay, this could have happened here, this is why this could have, and it's a lot. So I'm gonna try to streamline it from here on out, and I'm just gonna assume you're not with this person yet, because that's what it feels like for a lot of you. But if you are, just understand that that's where the perspective I'm coming from. But the person that had fuckboy tendencies in this connection needed to change, and they needed a harsh wake-up call. They needed to be closer to their own spirituality, and this was meant to bring you both closer to your own spirituality, if I'm going to be honest, because neither of you really understood the value of balance. You both have issues with balance, and you both were so unbalanced before you met each other, or the first go around, that this just was not in alignment and it couldn't have been. And Spirit brought you two together, brought this relationship together, because it's meant to bring you both closer to your spirituality and honestly ground you in a way. You know, the Hierophant is about tradition and commitment, and you guys are anything but traditional. And truthfully, I think that's actually what you both need, or ideally want. But maybe you just didn't realize you wanted that because it's never been the right person. And I don't want to say the right person in terms of like, you know, getting married, having a family, like this, that certainly could be a possibility between the Empress and Santa Muerte, like literally shows a pregnant skeleton and a cradle. There's a lot of transformations here, and the fact that Rebirth is the very first connecting card, it's like there's going to be a lot of transformations within this connection. And I feel like the one constant thing is that because you and them have a friendship, you've been through some shit, and I think you're going to learn how to talk through it and how to overcome it. It's going to help you both a lot. And I actually think that Spirit's being intentionally very vague with me. I don't know what the reason is for that. I think it's kind of twofold, because like your energy, no offense, is like really hard to read, and that's not a bad thing on you. It's just like, it just means that it's complex. There's a lot of layers here. You're interesting. Congratulations. But also there's things that they don't want to reveal yet, because either there's things you're still learning or things you're still healing. But overall, it's really here to make you both change, and not because somebody's telling you to, but because you realize that you need to in order to cultivate this Two of Cups. Because the core idea, this card, is why you two are together or will be together, because this is a beautiful, beautiful connection that is meant to happen in both of your lifetimes, in this life, for some period of time. I don't like to say forever. I don't like to say, oh, you're going to marry this person or anything like that, because I just don't know. But what I do know is that you are meant to be with this person for X amount of time. It's going to be different for all of you. And the core ideas are really shown in these major arcanas, because Temperance is all about balance. It's about patience. And Santa Muerte is all about death. It's literally transformation, Scorpio energy, deep, deep feelings. The feelings that run between the two of you are so deep and powerful that, like, it's just bound to happen. Like, I see both of you being, like, you're both, between the two of you, you encompass the Magician, the High Priestess, the Emperor, and the Empress. Like, you're all of that combined. Like, this is the person where you can reach, like, optimal levels of awesome with, like, it's like, it's almost like your final form, or your final form until you meet them. Like, you're just gonna keep growing and keep evolving. A big reason for this connection is to show you the power of your manifestations. A big reason for this connection is to show you, is to give you somebody that you can trust as, like, a life partner, as somebody that you can experience the cycles of life with and not get bored. I feel like for you guys, it's a big thing. Like, you don't want to get bored. And I feel like for one of you especially, whoever this Knight of Wands is, they're really prone to getting bored. And they are the type of person where they thought they might never want to settle down, or they might never want to commit again. Because maybe, like, I feel like this Knight of Wands tendency could come from the fact that they've been hurt too. And for, like, both of you, you could have been in this energy of, like, oh, I don't want to commit, or I'm not going to do that, because you both have been disappointed. You both have been hurt. Things that you thought would ground didn't. But I think that You're learning how this connection is meant to bring you both closer to your spirituality, to bring you closer to one another, to help you both feel understood by somebody, and to show you how much more you can be than you think you can. And same for this person. And I guess that's why I'm having such a hard time talking about this, because maybe I don't have words to describe this. And I almost feel like with this Queen of Swords, the most impactful things about this connection are not going to be things that are spoken. They're things that you're going to see. Like I'm hearing hindsight is 2020. These are things that you are going to see when you reflect and when you go and look at where you are now and where you once were. I think if you reflect on who you were before you met this person, or if you're with this person, who you were before you started dating this person, I think you'll be really proud of how far you've come just now. And the real purpose for this connection is to show you that there is somebody out there for you, that there is somebody that can keep up with you, that can keep your interest, that can be like a true friend to you and to be a partner too. It's interesting because you guys might not be the most lovey-dovey in the world. I could be wrong about that. Maybe you are, but maybe it hasn't reached that level yet. But I just heard something about floodgates. So it's like once, and especially if you're already in a relationship with this person, I feel like maybe you two haven't been able to stop gushing about your feelings for one another once you both finally broke down and admitted them. But this is a relationship all about healing, all about growing, all about being your best selves. And this is definitely like really, really, really impactful energy. This is definitely somebody meant to be in your life. And yeah, I would definitely have confidence in that at the very least. You know, don't have expectations about the outcome, but I would trust that if you're in separation with this person, like it's not over by any means. And you know what, man, you just gotta have peace. I wouldn't suggest using a Ouija board, but like, I mean, I guess unless you're safe about it, but like, tarot over Ouija boards, okay? Ouija boards are not ideal. Okay, we're gonna look at your charts now. So, pile 3, Spirit, what charms are relevant to pile 3? Okay. Okay. Let me get all of these in here. Y'all got a lot. Oh, look. There's Sagittarius coming out again. Oh, and we have a key. All right, where do we want to start here? So, the gumball machine has come out for every single pile so far. So there's definitely blessings to come from this. Oh, wow. And definitely an abundant harvest awaits is like what I'm hearing with this bushel of wheat. It's like, if you're manifesting this person, if you've been planting the seeds, like, it's happening, bro. But believing is seeing. Don't wait to see it. Believe it and you'll see it. Especially if you've been manifesting communication, that's coming. But one of the beautiful things about this relationship is how authentic your communication will be. Because I feel like because you will have so much respect for one another, and there's so many blessings to come from this connection, from this relationship. I keep saying connection. I'm sorry. I'm just so used to saying that, I guess. It's gonna be very freeing in a lot of ways. And the fact that we have the monkey that came out is the one relaxing. It's like you two won't have to overthink anymore. It's like you guys will actually be able to talk to each other. And I think one thing that will be really beneficial for you both about this relationship is that you and this person will be able to like bounce your thoughts off one another, which I think will be very satisfying for both of you. And so instead of just like sitting with all this anxiety in your head, feeling trapped by this anxiety, it'll be freeing in a way. Like you might have looked at relationships in the past as like caging you in or being stifling, but this is going to be freeing in the sense that you're going to be understood. Like, you've got somebody by your side. And I definitely think travel is going to be a part of this. I mean, with the camper here, maybe you guys will go camping. Maybe I just heard like road trips for some of you. But I definitely see traveling for the both of you. And I think that's one cool thing, is that this relationship definitely has a huge sense of adventure attached to it. And I think the fact that you both are so free-spirited and intellectual, you're just going to keep each other on your toes, and it's going to be a really satisfying connection for the both of you. We also have the bee here, so bees could be symbolic. I would say that this is representative of you two working together as a team. One of you might, I feel like you both have queen bee energy, and it's like you both give each other the opportunity to be like the queen bee, and then the other like the drone, you know? But I also think that both of you have very independent souls, and you two give each other the sense of community that you both crave, but can't seem to find when you're in a lot of communal spaces. The fact that you two understand each other the way you do gives you both the space to really like, you'll see that being around other people can be satisfying, if that makes sense. We also have I love autumn. So fall could be significant. Maybe somebody is named Autumn. But like I said with that harvest, maybe autumn could be significant for the two of you, but also I see like July here. We have a 7 and we have a 3, which reduces to 10, or which I guess combines to 10, but 73 could be significant, 37 could be significant. Let's see, what's 7? That is Cancer and Leo, which we have Leo here, generous. You guys will be really generous towards one another, but yeah, we definitely have that Leo energy. And with this 3, we have Aries energy and we have Pisces energy. So Aries and Pisces could be significant. We have the pineapple, so SpongeBob could definitely be significant. Pineapples are also a symbol of like home and friendship, and so I feel like you'll definitely find a sense of home within one another, a sense of friendship within one another. And we have this like clear stone, and I feel like you'll gain a lot of clarity, not just about yourself, but about the world and about this person through this relationship. It's just, I just heard like, I can see clearly now, the rain is gone, and like you're gonna feel a lot more confident with this person by your side, and they will as well. Oh wow, we have 2 J's. So I just heard JJ the Jet playing. I don't know if I was like an old show. I think I remember watching it when I was like really, really little, but planes could be significant, for example. Oh, and we do have this gem. So I always think of it as a diamond, which this does seem like diamond energy, and you know, diamonds are formed under pressure. It's also the birthstone of April, which is more Aries energy, but also Taurus energy, which we did have the Hierophant out there. We have the drum set. So, well, first of all, I think this speaks to the fact that you both will enjoy banging one another. But also I think you'll be able to keep each other's attention and keep things interesting. And like, I feel like you guys have power couple energy. Like, you guys will just wow people. Like, people will like look at you guys in the same room and just, honestly, some of them will be haters. Don't let the haters bring you down. They're just jealous. But people are just going to be drawn to you. Like, the energy between you two is going to be very magnetic. We also have coffee here. So coffee could be significant, but I do feel like this is just going to be a very energizing connection for the two of you. You're going to feed off of each other in a really positive way and ground each other in ways where you both can accomplish a lot. We also have an M or a W, however you want to see that. I saw this and it made me think of H&M. We have an S. So maybe some of you met in like high school. Let's see. We also have a B. You might have thought this connection was BS, or you might think this rating is BS, and in that case, you're wrong. This could be about, why did I just hear Hobby Lobby? So that could be something. Justin Bieber could have some significance here. Oh no, we're not going to talk about that. This is not 18 plus. I just heard blow smoke. Whatever that means. And I heard hive mind. So, and bees do live in a hive. So maybe you and this person like will really bond over the fact that you have similar mindsets that not a lot of people have, or you'll just value each other's perspectives. With this, I was thinking of like a master's degree. Like maybe some of you, like this will happen after your master's degree or like during, something like that. I also saw Mississippi here. And yeah, oh, you or this person could have repeating letters in your name. But I'm gonna hold these up if you want to pause the video and look at them closer. But pile 3, I think I'm going to leave this reading here. If you want to join me in the extended, we're going to be looking at how you will meet this person again, will meet this person, or how you did meet this person. We're going to look at blessings to come from this connection and more blessings and advice for you. But if you're leaving me here, thank you so much for sticking through this reading. I hope it wasn't too confusing. I hope it made sense. You guys were really hard. Oh, I forgot a charm. Oh, a 1. So 1, January, Capricorn and Aquarius could be significant. I just heard the Rihanna song, You Are the One That I Dream About Always. I can't remember what it's called. My brain's kind of fried, truthfully. But yeah, I think this is a sign that you both are manifesting each other. Because I feel like for a lot of you, this does feel like a separation type thing, but I don't want to say that for all of you, because I do think for some of you, this is going to be a new person that you're just transforming, and they come in and it just changes the game. Oh, Michael Jackson could be significant in some way, like maybe songs, or like I just heard Thriller. But yeah, okay, I'm actually gonna leave this reading here. You guys have so much going on. So I hope I did this justice. Definitely comment down below and let me know how it resonates. I'm sorry if it was confusing. I tried my best. You guys are very complex. But I hope you enjoyed this reading and I hope it resonated. Thank you so much to everybody who watches my ads. That is the easiest and simplest way to support me, and I'm just really grateful to everybody who exchanges energy with me. If you have YouTube Premium, you do that just by watching my videos, so thank you. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it helped. I hope it gave you the answers that you're looking for. Definitely let me know how it resonates, like I said. Yeah, my brain is just like fried from this reading. I feel like I've gone in so many different loops. Yeah, you need like, I need a map to navigate your brains. Like, you didn't make it easy, but you made it worth it. So I hope that you made it through, and I hope it resonated, and if it didn't, I understand. But I am gonna finish this intro and stop rambling. So I hope you all I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it resonated, blah, blah, blah. If you want to subscribe, please do that. If not, that's fine. Thank you for letting me read your cards, and thank you for being patient with me while I figured all this out. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night whenever it is that you're watching this. I'll see you in the extended if you're coming there, and if not, thank you, and I hope you will come back and see me again soon. Bye. Hi there, Pile 4. Thank you so much for being here. If you chose the Unakite Heart and the Ethereal Visions Tarot, this is going to be your reading. And if you are confused at all and you skip the intro, you might want to look at that because it probably has the answers that you are looking for. But I'm just going to be 100% with you, Pile 4. I'm really excited to do your reading. But I was not anticipating this reading being as long as it has been. It's been a pleasure and joy, so I don't regret it. But if I slip up and have if I accidentally call you the wrong pile, or have trouble finding words, just have a little patience with me, because I was not planning on going for this long, but I'm really excited to do your pile. So let's just go ahead and look at the energies between you and the next person you will be in a relationship with, or the person you could already be in a relationship with now. So to start, oh no, that was the wrong one. Okay, this one. So we have nurturing. You guys are the only pile that got 2 chakra cards, and here's why. I got this card, number 3, nurturing, and it is this chakra right here. It's underneath the root chakra. It's called like the earth star chakra, but I like to call it the mega root because I think I like it more. And as I was putting the deck back, I saw the back of the deck and it had this chakra, which is the, we're just going to call it the mega crown. I can't remember. It's like the star soul chakra. And it's number 33. So you have 333 here and all of the chakras, and it says angels and masters. So I was like, whoo, buddy, this is a significant connection. And like, this is why pile 4 just had to happen, no matter how long the other piles were. And that's why I'm so excited for your reading, because I know it's going to be a really special one, because this is a really special relationship. Either coming your way or going to be in your life. So let's look at the energies surrounding your connection. So the archangel surrounding your connection is Archangel Sandalphon, Song of Divine Purpose. And the energy surrounding it is vulnerability. The positive energy surrounding it is. Okay, so let's look at the energy of the first person when they are in this relationship. So we have the tarantula. I don't know how I'm going to do this. We have Leo, and we have freedom. I possess the power and free will to create my own happiness. And then the other person in this connection is being represented by the cobra, Jupiter, and trust. I'm sorry, I literally already, I got distracted. I just heard the saying, girls go to college to get more knowledge, boys go to Jupiter to get more stupider. And I don't know why, but I felt like I had to say, and I don't know, maybe that, but I feel like depending on who was saying it, could be boys go to college to get more knowledge, girls go to Jupiter to get more stupider. And non-binary kings and queens just get to vibe. So anyway, let's talk about this, because this is so cool. If you're already with this person, like, congratulations. This is amazing. This is beautiful. And if you pick this pile, congratulations, because this is the person that you are going to be in a relationship with next. And like, let's be real, let's be realistic. You know, sometimes it can take a little while for these relationships to come in, but this one is going to be so worth it. And it's very clearly divinely protected. One big thing that I'm seeing right away is that for some of you, music could be huge. Maybe you could make music together. Maybe music could be a big thing. But the biggest thing that I'm seeing, besides like clairaudience, you could hear this person's voice in your head. If you already know them, you may not know them yet. So be aware of that. But I feel like you get messages about this person in music, or you both use music as a way to show each other how you're feeling or how you want to communicate. But your next relationship, or the relationship you're in, has a very beautiful divine purpose for it. And I think it's truthfully not the purpose that you might be thinking of. Because you two are very independent, very fiery. We have so much fire here. We have Leo, we have both of you are being represented by fire cards. So that would also include Aries and Sagittarius. And we also have lions over here. We got lots of lions. And I ain't lying about that. Anyway, this is just powerful, powerful energy. And like I've been reading for like what, 5 or 6 hours, in between takes. Like, obviously the video is not that long, but like I have to shuffle, I have to clear, I have to reset, I have to do everything. Like, I've been here a long time, sitting in this chair, and like, I just have a burst of energy again. And it's because it's your guys' energy. It's so powerful. And I mean, so 3 is definitely a significant synchronicity for the both of you. 3 is a number of divinity. You both are very highly evolved souls, but because of that, it's very hard for the both of you to meet people, to trust people, to be in relationships with people. And I think your desire, both of you have this desire to feel normal and to feel loved. And I think you both have had the habit in the past of like settling or trying to stick it out in a relationship because there's a lot of passion here. And I feel like you both have had this habit where you're a little stubborn and your ego, like, at times doesn't want to let go of things, doesn't want to let go of people, even if you feel like they're not right for you. And what's different about this relationship is that you and this person are going to be rewards for one another for doing your healing, following your life's purpose, and letting go of the things that don't serve you. Because you both are very incredibly powerful people. And I think that you both have this like feeling deep down. I think part of the reason why both of you have been afraid to love or to open yourselves up to love again is because I feel like you both believe yourselves to be unlovable, which is so silly because I'm looking at this energy now and I already like adore both of you. You're so cute. I'm like, I love this. Like, but you know, when you are a very powerful person, the way both of you are, it can be really hard to feel like people get you. And truthfully, I feel like you both are the type of people where you're not somebody to really be, I feel like you don't even have crushes very often. Like, it's like you either like, you both are intuitive in a way that you either know that something is right or it's not. And I think the problem that you guys have gotten yourself into in the past is that your gut feelings weren't wrong when you dated people in the past or were in relationships with people in the past and it felt right. It's because it was right at the time. But once things start to feel wrong, that doesn't mean that you were wrong or that you are wrong for being involved with that person. But what it actually means is that you're learning what you need to learn from this person and it's time to move forward. And I think both of you have had this issue where instead of just letting go of the people that aren't serving you anymore, there's either this ego thing where you don't really want to admit to yourself that you were wrong in the past, which you weren't, so you have to let go of that. But then there's also this energy of like, I definitely see like you both seem to be very sentimental people and you value history with somebody because I think it's hard for the both of you to open up in the first place. And so that's why this connection is so special and so beautiful, is because not only will you two intrinsically understand each other, but you'll feel safe enough to be vulnerable with each other. And what's interesting is that even though there's so many similarities between you two, I see very distinct differences in what you both bring to the table and what you both are able to provide and what you both need. So for this tarantula person, I feel like this is a person who, especially with Leo, I mean, man, I just heard arrogance. If you're this tarantula person, no shade. This is really more so about like, it's a fixed energy. And so I definitely think that the tarantula's problem, especially in the past, has been that they get really fixed on a certain person or a certain idea of what they want to happen. And when that doesn't pan out in reality, I think it can be really crushing for them, or you if it's you. And my right ear is ringing really loud. Anyway, you both have such big hearts. And the problem is that I think that this tarantula person in their past relationships, because what's interesting is that this relationship is a game changer for the both of you, and Spirit's really reiterating that fact to me, but they want me to talk about your past relationships because it explains what this relationship is like healing, and how and why this relationship is so satisfying, and why this relationship is almost like a reward or like good karma for like what you have been doing. So with this tarantula card, you know, this is all about like life's purpose. The meaning of it in the book is about like being at a crossroads and like your life's purpose and stuff like that. And this is definitely somebody who is very like all or nothing, which I think the Cobra person is too. But when I was saying about their past relationships is that like I feel like this Leo person, I was saying they don't have to be a Leo. Let me make that clear. They don't have to be a Leo. They don't have to have any Leo placements. I meant to say tarantula, but Leo's just easier to say. You're both being represented as lions, but they definitely could be a fixed sign. So Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, and Aquarius. But I feel like they get stuck on these really fixed ideas, and it's hard for them to be swayed from them. And so they kind of hold back their own growth because they're unwilling to let go of things, either because they still believe in them or they're too stubborn to let go. They don't want to admit that to themselves. They're not ready to let go. But then it's like, because I feel like this tarantula person is gonna have, I feel like you both are gonna have long periods of being like single before you come together to be in a relationship. This tarantula person now really values their freedom, because I think that they view themselves as losing a lot of time and losing themselves when they were holding on to something that they realized now wasn't serving them, or yeah. And so I feel like this tarantula person made like almost like a pact with themselves that like they would always be free. Like they would never allow themselves to be like trapped or committed to something like ever again. And the beautiful thing about this relationship is that the freedom that this tarantula has been looking for lies within this relationship. And this is what's so beautiful, because this is showing me this connection. The only reason that this connection can come into will happen, this relationship will happen, is because the two people here have healed their codependency to the point where it's not unhealthy and it's not going to get in the way of the connection. Because even though these two people are independent, there is levels of codependency here in both of them, where you know, they are passionate people. I feel like they both enjoy, you and this person really enjoy the feelings of passion and like the beginning stages of connecting with somebody. But let's talk about this Cobra, because this Cobra person's in a much different arena. Because I feel like this Cobra person has wanted a relationship. Even though they've been hurt in the past, they have wanted something beautiful with somebody. But the difference between their past relationships and this one is that they trust the tarantula completely, and they feel secure and safe in the relationship. This relationship is going to be humbling for the both of them, but when I say humbling, it's not in like a slice of humble pie way. It's more in a like, wow, I didn't even know that people like this existed. And it's almost like you and this person will like look at how you judged love and life and be like, wow, I really discounted the universe on this one. Like I really didn't think that they could pull through like this. I'm seeing the image of a siren, like a mermaid singing. And it's almost like you two are just going to naturally be called to one another. Or you were naturally called to one another when you healed these fears. I think it's less like wounds and it's more fears. This tarantula was afraid of being trapped, of losing themselves, of feeling stuck. And this cobra person was afraid of putting their heart in somebody's hands, of opening themselves up to somebody. Because let's be clear here, both of these people are incredibly impressive individuals, and they both have their own ambitions. This cobra person, being represented by Jupiter, has a lot of good energy surrounding them, has a lot of blessings surrounding them, and truthfully, like, this cobra person probably believed in this connection a lot earlier than this tarantula person did. It's likely that this is going to be something that builds over time, but I could be wrong. It could happen really any way. But I think the beautiful thing about this connection, like when you're in this energy, this is going to be so harmonious and healthy. Like, you both are going to acknowledge that this is a blessing, and you both are going to be nurturing to one another in the ways that you need it. Like, you both are going to learn one another's love languages and will oblige by those. You know, the cobra is going to be respectful of the tarantula's space, respectful of their boundaries, respectful of what they need to feel free, and will support them in what they are doing. Whereas the tarantula will give the cobra the reassurance they need to know that they are valued and that they are loved. The cobra will be able to actually trust the tarantula and will feel like not only that, they can trust their inner guidance. Because even though we're going to talk about in the extended how you guys meet, or how you did meet or will meet, whatever, this is like a gift for both of you. It's like you're unlocking something, like access to something. Because like for some of you, you might know this person, because I feel like a connection like this, if you felt it, you know it. But I mean, by all means, it could be a new person as well. So we'll see more, especially with the charms and stuff. But and ultimately, that's up to you. But I feel like this tarantula person is going to support the cobra and their dreams and their ambitions. Is there a Green Day song that mentions like a lady cobra or something like that? Because that just keeps playing in my head, but I have no idea what the song is. I just know that there's a lyric in it where it just says something about a lady cobra. So if you know that, maybe comment that. But this is expansive energy, and Leo is the sun. So between the two of you, this connection is nothing but blessings on blessings on blessings. Like, this is blessed, and know that you both deserve this. So if you're already in this, know that you both deserve this. And if you are manifesting a connection like this, know it's coming. If you know who this person is and you're like, it's them or it's nobody, you're right. But I want to be clear that we're talking about your next relationship. So I'm not saying that you guys will be together forever. That's going to be different for everybody. Forever doesn't even really exist. Everything is finite. But I don't want to give you, like, if you're still single, don't have expectations of outcome. Just go into this with honesty. But like, here's the thing. You guys are so evolved. I feel like I don't even need to say this. But I do, just to err on the side of caution. You both are very highly evolved souls. Like, Jupiter is the king of the gods and Leo is the sun. So like, you guys are very powerful people. And the fact that you're both represented by fire, you know, it's very spiritual energy. It's creative. It's destructive. But, you know, the blessing about fire is that when things burn down, it gives the earth a clean slate for new things to grow. And I think it's like when you both set your worlds on fire and just do like a massive purge of like all the things that aren't serving you both, it's really going to open up the gateways for the both of you. But the beautiful thing is that you will find your home and one another. You will find a sense of security, a sense of peace. This chakra is all about abundance as well. You're going to feel grounded to the earth, which both of you feel very light. And by that, I just mean like you could be a lot more cosmic, or like for some of you, you could be star seeds, especially with this Jupiter being like maybe one of you is a star seed and the other one's a very old earth soul. And so you're coming together to like combine earth and the cosmos, which would be really cool. But both of you have definitely been hurt a lot, and there's a divine purpose for bringing you two together, and we're definitely going to see what that divine purpose is, because I'm hearing We Appreciate Power by Grimes. So and I also was thinking as I was like getting ready for this, like I was like, oh, this pile has big dick energy. And let me clarify that big dick energy does not indicate a big dick. The actual physical size of somebody's thing does not matter. And truthfully, y'all could be two lesbians. Y'all could be like, it doesn't matter what you're working with. It's the energy. The energy is big dick energy. And by that, I just mean you both are really impressive, really powerful, and y'all know what big dick energy is. So I don't even know why I need to explain this, but I guess on the off chance it needs explained. But this is like you're meeting your match. Like this is, and here's the thing, I feel called to say for some of you, you might not meet this person for a while. I don't know how long that is, and I don't want to say that to discourage you, because everything happens the way it is, the way it's meant to. But like, I feel like that's important to note, only because I feel like you will have flings. You might have experiences. And truthfully, for some of you, you might already know who this person is. And maybe like this is something where, you know, you both have wanted to align, but you've been attached to other things. You haven't been able to let go of other things yet. You haven't reached a level of evolution and a level of healing. Like what I know for sure is that this relationship can't work if either person isn't healed. And so the divine is not going to bring this together unless you two you got your fucking ducks in a row. So, and that's why there's so many blessings to come, because truthfully, I almost want to say, like, don't give up on your healing. Don't give up on your purpose. Don't give up on what you're doing, because this connection is delicate and fragile in the sense that if you gave up on this, I don't want to scare them. Let's not giving up. Let me rephrase that. If you hold on to things that don't serve you, it's going to prolong this coming in, because I don't think it's like this will happen so long as you do the healing. But Spirit's like reiterating to me that if you wait until you're 75 to be in alignment with this, then it's not going to happen until you're 75, which I don't think that's going to happen, truthfully. I don't think it's going to be that long. I think that everything will be fine by then. I don't mean to scare you, but I think what Spirit wants me to tell you about this is that I feel like there are things in your life and this person's life where you're really afraid to let go of them out of fear that you're losing something, but you're not. If what you have in your life right now isn't serving you, by losing it, you're just making room for you to gain more things, to gain more blessings. And I think that you both are very impressive, very powerful people that wield a lot of spiritual power and can really create a lot of change. Like, you both feel like light workers to me, if I'm going to be honest. Even if your partner doesn't identify as a light worker, even if you don't identify as a light worker, like, this does feel like light worker energy. This is very spiritual. This has a deep rooted purpose. And I don't think this is your first go around with this person. Like, this person comes in like as a blessing. And what's interesting is that the energy is going to be different for some of you. Like, this is a very high level soul connection, but for some of you, it's like you and this person are going to do the inner work separately and meet when you're healed enough to have a beautiful, harmonious connection. Like, Spirit doesn't want you to go through any hardships with this person. But for others of you, this will be somebody that you go through hardships with. Like, in the sense that maybe this could be like a separation type thing where you, maybe there's a false start. Maybe you try this out and it doesn't work out. It turns out really badly. Or honestly, I don't feel like you've ever dated this person before. So if you know them, it feels like you are either just friends or it was like a should've, would've, could've thing. I don't feel like you've actually been with this person before in like we're in a committed relationship together. I'm gonna put my foot down on that. It's like not an ex. Hopefully that brings you some comfort. But actually what can help facilitate this, speaking of exes, is maybe letting go of some of those people that you're side hoes. I'm just gonna be honest. I mean, like, do what you want, but I feel like both of you have this energy where like you're pretty content doing your own things in life. You want that love, but like you get by on like attention because you both know you're kind of awesome, but you both, I think, as you keep like evolving in life, you start to crave deeper and deeper love and deeper connection, and you'll realize, just as you keep healing, the people that you're holding on to, the situations you're holding on to, the things you're holding on to. For some of you, I'm hearing like clean out your closet, clean out your house, especially if there's like people's stuff that has like heavy energy attached to it. But essentially, this is only going to come in when you're truly ready for it. And that takes a lot of work. But you both have already, like, the fact that it's here shows that it can happen and is possible. And if you're already in a relationship with this person, I would definitely appreciate you like leaving comments for other pile fours to know that this is possible, because I think there's a lot of fear and a lot of doubt with you and this person. Because whether you know them or not, I feel like it's more stressful if you do know them, because it's like you have this feeling like there's something more there, but you don't really have anything to confirm it. And that's why it's really important to trust. And that's where I think trust and freedom are important on both ends, because by trusting your inner voice, that is what guides you correctly. So for example, if I'm like, get rid of your side hose, and you're like, I'm not ready to get rid of my side hose. And I don't mean side hose and like as in like you're dating somebody, but it's just like, you know, you're like the people that you text when you're like feeling lonely and you're like, I just need gratification to know that like I'm wanted or whatever. You know what I mean? That sort of thing. Because you both have that energy, whether you want to admit it or not. Like, and if you're like, that's not me, then I don't think this is your pile, my darling. But I could just be wrong about that. So maybe that's just for some of you. It's a general reading. And we like to leave it open here at Aso Tarot Industries. And here's the thing. This is why you'll realize once you're with this person why it was so important to trust your gut this entire time. But you're going to feel powerful when you're with this person, no matter who you are. I feel like if you're the tarantula person, you're going to be a lot more positive, a lot more joyful. You're going to feel like you have a lot more of a purpose than you once did. And you're definitely going to feel like you're going to be excited to you both are going to be excited to go to bed together, and you're going to be excited to wake up and face the day together. Because it's like, even though you're both doing your own things, like I could definitely see you guys, you know, like you both could be like entrepreneurs. You both could be like, have really high, really like stressful jobs, or like really time consuming jobs or something like that. But like, I feel like it's something you both enjoy. So it's worth it. But it's like you're so interconnected with this person. Like, you're connected to this person by the core of the earth and the stars of the cosmos. Like, you can't mess up a connection like this. And it's just gonna happen when it's meant to happen. But it's because it's so intense and powerful and like fiery. Like, you both are very fiery people, which doesn't shock me that we have all this fire here. and let me be clear, you and this person don't have to be fire signs or have fire placements for this to apply. I can't remember what, isn't Jupiter ruled by Sagittarius though? Or is Sagittarius ruled by Jupiter? I think there's another, let me look, because I can't remember. This is the Astrological Oracle, by the way, and I just need to see. Okay. Jupiter. No, it doesn't say. Oh, wait, maybe I gotta go to the signs. You guys are like, ASO, please, like, somebody else could just comment. Okay. Yes, Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. Is there any others? Pisces, Neptune, Aquarius, Uranus, Mercury. Okay, yeah. So it's only my Sages. Only my Sages. So we got hella fire here. I just heard hello darkness, my old friend. I think one thing actually you and this person are gonna bond over is how you've triumphed over so many of your struggles. My sun rose quartz is like vibing over here. So I definitely think there's gonna be a lot of love here. This is gonna be a connection where you feel safe, where you feel secure, where you feel loved. It's gonna be gentle. It's gonna be kind. This is gonna be an unconditionally loving relationship. And I think what's beautiful about this is that no matter what the outcome of this relationship is, even if this isn't somebody you spend the remainder of this lifetime with, there is unconditional love attached to the both of you. And I think that you will have a lot of comfort in that. But truthfully, if I'm going to be honest, I feel like you and this person, once you do align, will be in it for the long haul, however long that is. I see at the very least a long-term relationship here. I don't see a short-term thing or fling here at all. But let's go ahead and look at the purpose of this connection and like why you and this person are meant for each other, because it's going to kind of reiterate what I've already been saying, because it has in the past groups, which is good because I like to know that I'm on the right track at the very least, but also things that I didn't see yet. So I'm really interested to see what's going to come through for y'all. This is the Ethereal Visions Tarot. I have this deck, but I almost like never use it. So I feel like both of you could have really intense psychic abilities as well. And with Ethereal Visions, I feel like maybe you'll have dreams about this person before you meet them, or maybe you do have dreams about this person, or you'll have dreams about them all the time after you meet them. Very, very connected, like spiritually. And I just heard passion mixes with purpose, and it's that mix of passion and mutual purpose that's going to drive you both forward. So I'm not even going to ask what the point of this connection is. I'm just going to ask, like, what is your purposes in this connection? And we got the Empress on the bottom of the deck to start, so love to see that shit. Okay, so Spirit, what is the purpose of this connection for pile 4? Okay, we have the Moon, which is interesting because we have the Sun. Okay, we have the 3 of Swords. We have the King of Swords in reverse. We have the 7 of Wands. We have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, yeah. This is basically confirming everything that I was saying. Okay, let's clarify all these, please, Spirit. Okay, we have the Page of Cups in reverse. We have the 9 of Cups upright. We have the 8 of Swords in reverse. So I just heard something about guilt tripping and emotional manipulation. It's not about this person you're going to be in a relationship with, but it's definitely a topic I'll speak about. Oh, the 6 of Cups. And on the back of the deck, we have the Magician in reverse. And we have the King of Pentacles underneath that. And the King of Cups. So I think this is what you both might be evolving into, but so one thing that I'm seeing here is that despite you both being very independent, you do have huge hearts. And the people that you both do care about, you care about very, very intensely. And that's why it's hard for the both of you to let go of people, even after their purpose in your life has run its course. Truthfully, you get stuck in illusions that you placed in your mind because of your perceptions of people and situations in the past, if that makes sense. With this moon card here, this is Pisces energy, and I think that the purpose, your purpose, okay, so I'm hearing from Spirit right now that your purpose is something to be discovered with you and this person, and that's kind of the magic of this connection. This is going to be very healing for both of your inner children, and it's going to be very nurturing in that way. And what I'm kind of hearing is that you and this person are not going to know the full point of your purpose together, because one, you have to get there first, and if you're already there, it's almost like Spirit would be ruining the surprise, because I think you guys are going to do some really, really big things, pile 4, like really huge things. Like I said, big dick energy, like it's there. And I think that there's a lot of power to be wielded here. So Spirit is instead going to be showing you what you need to know, I guess. And this might not even be directly related to this connection, but it is directly related to this connection in terms of how it'll help propel you towards this if you're not there yet. But what I was saying about manipulation and guilt tripping is that I think because you both have such big hearts, you're very easily susceptible to people preying on that part of you. And it's easy to keep you hooked to people that maybe you should have let go of in the past. And what I'm really seeing here is that the heartbreaks you have experienced have been there to show you that you need to fill up your own cup first. And I think you both are well aware of that. But it's almost like even though you might not be in commitments or in romantic connections with people from your past, like I said, like your hoes. I hate calling them your hoes because it sounds degrading, but I feel like that's what you guys call them. Or at the very least, just like flings, or it's like you want to have attachments to these people that you know that don't serve a purpose, but because there's history there, or because there once was a mutual connection that was flowing, you don't want to let go of that. It's almost like you feel like you're giving up or you're not being loyal. Loyalty is a huge thing, especially for my Leo people out there. Shout out to y'all. Yeah, I just cut the deck to see what would come out, and we have the Ten of Swords in reverse. It's like, my dryer's agreeing with me. Yeah, like with this Wheel of Fortune in reverse and this Ten of Swords in reverse, it's like you don't want to believe in endings, because I think that, especially for fixed energies, like endings are pretty hard. Cardinal energies, on the other hand, like if you're like Aries, for example, I'm an Aries and a Libra, like I love beginnings because I'm like, hell yeah, something new, get rid of that old energy. But then at the same time, there's like, when you're sentimental, it doesn't matter what your signs are. If you're a sentimental person and you have love for people, it's hard to just like let go of them. It feels heartless, it feels wrong. And so Spirit's really asking you not to look at it from that way, because love, unconditional love, is patient, it's kind, it's free, it's expansive, it's not restrictive, it's not something you have to hold on to, it's not something you have to force. And I think that there are people in your life that because they've known you for so long, and same with this person, they know how to play you like a harpsichord. Really, Spirit? I've never said that before, so I don't know who that came from. I don't know who the hell is playing the harpsichord, but they know how to keep you along. And it's like, even though you both are independent and you both focus on yourselves, I think you both do get stuck in these dreamy illusions. And it's hard for you to trust your own intuition, because I think that you can be persuaded very easily when you're not in alignment with your truth. And same with this person. And definitely people that you have a long-standing bond with can really help you or hinder you, in the sense that you might have to set boundaries or temporarily or permanently cut ties with certain people in order for you to evolve and in order for you to heal. Doesn't mean that they're a bad person, and it doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It just means that you're meant to be consistently evolving, same as this person, and really neither of you are evolving when you're both holding on to something that's not serving you both. And you might think that it is, like, you might believe in that, but I feel like there's just a lot about past lingering energies here. And I think it's a lot about people. And it's like people that you're not in a commitment with, or maybe never were in a commitment with, or maybe were in a commitment with a long time ago, but it's like it's just the familiarity. It's hard for both of you to open up. It's hard to be understood. And it's almost like it's starting over. And like, that's scary. It's like you're afraid that if you let go of certain things, nothing will replace it, and that you'll be lonely. And I think one thing that you need to heal, and this person needs to heal in order for this connection to come in, is you have to let go of your scarcity mindset. You have to believe in your own abundance. You and this person have very similar souls, and I think that you probably are part of the same soul family. And you both have had to fight really hard. Probably unnecessarily at times, just because you both are very misunderstood people and very unique. And I feel like this connection is meant to show you that there are things that you can overcome the odds, that there are things worth fighting for, and that if something is truly worth fighting for, which is interesting because I just said don't force it. So why are you telling me about fighting for things, Spirit? Okay, so no, they're saying what you're fighting for is yourself. And you'll know who this person is either when you meet them or if you've already met them, because you feel free to be yourself around them. And you don't feel like you have to act a certain way, be a certain way, hold back certain things. You can be your true, authentic self with this person. And there will be very sweet, very authentic words between the two of you. And I think that there's kind of some learned helplessness here where you both just get stuck in these patterns, and it's hard for you to get out of them, and it's hard for you to wake up. Like, I feel like there's definitely some Pisces energy here where maybe you both get stuck in your daydreams or get stuck in just daily shit of life, and procrastinating energy as well, where you're like, oh, I'll address that in the future. You just kind of wait for things to come to you that you don't want to make a decision on, because what's interesting is that you and this person are very decisive. You can make decisions when you want to, but if you're like, ooh, that might hurt or that might be uncomfortable, that's when you don't. And that's when you kind of just like give it up to the universe, and you're like, hey, I mean, I guess this person will leave when they're meant to leave, right? It's almost like you want the universe to make your big decisions for you, and that's why this person hasn't come in yet. The fact that we have the Magician in reverse here and the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, you can't bring in these new things that you want to manifest, because let's be real here. You have big dreams. You're a dreamer. You have these awesome visions that are, believe it or not, very possible to come to reality, to come to fruition, but you're not standing in your power, and that is why this hasn't come in yet, or if you're in separation with this person, this connection isn't moving forward. It's not where you want it to be. But also because you're not, like, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse is like ultra stagnation. And I don't want to say you're ultra stagnating, but at some point before you are with this person, I think you will be. And I think there's things that you might be holding on to unnecessarily because you're afraid that something won't take its place. But I can promise you, I'm giving you Spirit's guarantee. Listen, double pinky promise from Spirit itself that whatever falls away from your life and whatever you choose to remove from your life will be replaced with something far better that is more in alignment with who you are and who you're meant to be and your purpose, and you can trust in that. I mean, the Six of Cups is a beautiful soul connection, and for a lot of you, I do feel like you don't know this person yet, and like this person's gonna come in and they're gonna change the game, and you're gonna be like, wow, I can't believe I held on to that shit that like didn't even really serve me anyway, just because I was afraid of something new. And now I'm hearing like High School Musical, like this is the start of something new. And yeah, the purpose of this connection is to help you heal everything holding you back so that you can just be your true badass self, and your person can be this true badass self. And when I say your person, I literally mean like whoever this person is. Because I definitely think for some of you, you have been, I don't want to say a victim, but susceptible to people's manipulation. And I think that people know how to prey on that big heart of yours, and they know how to prey on that guilt. And I think family especially is big for both of you, but that's where it's important to set boundaries, because like maybe you don't want to like let go of your family, but maybe you need to set more boundaries with your family, for example, because it's taking energy away that you should be investing in yourself, for example. But really the purpose of this connection, there's divine purpose, and that purpose is going to be different for every single person watching this. And that's what makes you all unique. But the human parts of us, the natural parts of us, you know, we don't want to let go of shit. We are afraid to change. We like the way things once were. And I think one thing we have to remember is just because things were good doesn't mean that they are now, and that change is okay. You weren't wrong, and you're not wrong now. You're just living your life, and it's a process, you know? Humans have a very like all or nothing, black and white nature to them, where it's like it is or it isn't, when really things can be both, and nothing is very clear in black and white. Everything's gray, man. Like everything is more complex and has more shit to it. And yeah, but one thing's for sure is that this is a powerful group, and the only reason why this connection has not come in, or why it's not happening, is because you're not standing in your power. And once this Magician turns upright and you're actively working on what you need to work on, you're gonna be ready. You're gonna be ready. Like, and I feel like you just have to be like, ready or not, here I come. Because with this Magician card here, like, you both are very powerful master manifestors. Like, and I feel like this is what you want. This is what this person wants. This type of connection that you are meant to have. But you have to understand that you have to let go of certain things in order to bring that in. Spirit's asking me to pull more cards, so I'm just going to see what Spirit wants you to know then. Spirit, do you have a message for pile 4? What do you want them to know? The Two of Wands in reverse. The Ace of Pentacles upright. And the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands in reverse, and underneath that, the Ace of Wands upright. And the Queen of Cups. I feel like, and the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so I feel like you can trust your intuition to navigate these situations. I think the problem is actually that you discount your intuition because you're worried about other people's feelings or how they might feel about things, or you're afraid to let go of certain things. But Spirit is saying that when you have an intuitive feeling that something isn't serving you, you're right. Because sometimes everything that you've needed to explore with a person has been done. And we outgrow people all the time, and it's not because like you're bad or they're bad or you've done anything wrong. You're not a failure for letting people go. You're just making room for new opportunities. I mean, the fact that we have the Ace of Pentacles here and the Ace of Wands really shows me that this connection will not only be solid, something that can grow into the fucking Ten of Pentacles, mind you, and that's psychic and nurturing and comforting and emotionally satisfying, but also there's going to be a lot of passion here. There's going to be an opportunity for you both to create things together, to motivate one another, and you'll know when you feel on top, because you won't feel like this trying to figure out what's missing in your life. Yeah, like you and this person are just going to be unstoppable. But in order to be unstoppable, you have to stop what's stopping you. Should I copyright that? Copyright Ace of Tarot 2021. Yeah, so stop letting people stop you from moving. You gotta do, this is gonna happen no matter what, but there's just a lot about letting go here. And I think that for a lot of you, maybe you just needed these confirmations. But obviously, listen to your own intuition first and foremost. You have free will. It is up to you, whatever you do. Don't let a pair of hands on the internet sway you otherwise. You stand in your power and trust your own power. But we are going to look at your charms now. I've already shaken them up, given them a good shake so I don't murder the ears of my headphone people. But we are going to see, Spirit, what the fuck am I asking? See, my brain is frying. Okay, pile 4. Spirit, what is... Okay, let me take that. I gotta go in and pull again. Okay, pile 4, Spirit, what else do you want pile 4 to know? Okay. Oh, look at that. Okay, the gumball machine was laying on the lid, so we're gonna take it too. But what I will say is that the gumball machine came out for all 4 piles, so I don't know what's in the water, but we are manifesting good things out here, guys. Oh god, okay, oh, nope, I got it. Okay, cool, okay. So one of the first charms that came out again was this, treble clef. And once again, I do think that music is a huge part of this connection, in some way. And you guys did have what's Sandalphon's Song of Divine Purpose. It's like you guys are harmonious together. You make music together, like quite possibly literally, or you're just very harmonious. It's really beautiful, truthfully. And yeah, it's really, you'll get a lot, like you and this person, I think, will really communicate through song. I think that you both will communicate through songs, like in general, but yeah, you'll probably have certain songs that remind you of this person. Oh, a song just started coming through my head. What is it? It's got Justin Bieber in it, but it's not by him. It's like by a DJ. The lyrics are like, I won't let go, I'll be your lifeline tonight, or something like that. I think the song starts with, everybody gets high sometimes, you know, what else are you supposed to do when you're feeling low, or something like that. So yeah, if you Google the lyrics, you should figure out what song it is. I'm sorry, my brain is so fried at this point, I can't remember like things, but you know what, it is what it is. And I think that for this relationship to come in, with this charm to come out, it's all about acceptance of, instead of, because both of you, no offense, are kind of control freaks in the sense that you are afraid of change, you are afraid to let go of things, and Spirit wants you to stop caring so much about things that you just don't need to care about, because I feel like you care a lot more about other people than you do yourself sometimes, and I think that's maybe one of the biggest reasons why This connection is only going to be in alignment when you're really standing in your own power, in that Nine of Cups, self-fulfillment, fulfilling your own wishes energy, because this connection would be too intense if you both were like codependent. But this is going to be a really beautiful connection, because either it's coming in and just, it's just going to be easy, breezy, beautiful cover girl, like love that fits like a glove, or it's going to be a harmonious reunion for some of you, if you know who this person is, where you have the relationship that maybe some of you hoped you would have a long time ago, or something like that. No matter what, it's really beautiful. And the fact that we have the moon and the sun here, so more Pisces and Leo energy. And what's crazy is that, like, I almost just wonder if, you know, like, if you feel drawn to any other piles, which I kind of feel bad saying that because all these readings are so long, you could look at them, but there was another pile where the sun and the moon came out, and the quote that makes me think of this is, there's only 3 constants in life: the sun, the moon, and the truth. I don't think it goes exactly like that, but the part that I want to point out is the sun, the moon, and the truth. I feel like no matter what, the truth of this connection, the truth of who you are, the truth of who your partner is, it's all cosmic and like divinely guided, and it's part of your purpose. It's natural. It is what it is. Like, it's almost just hard to describe it, because it just is what it is. Like, I don't know how else to say that, but it's not something, you won't have to force it. It'll happen naturally. And actually, the more you just let go and release your grip or release your desires for certain things, is actually what's going to help you move forward. But what's interesting, okay, so we have a Q and a D on the door. But I think it's really fitting that the door charm came out, because when one door closes, another opens. So there might be doors that you need to shut in order to open new doors, possibly the door that this person is behind. We also have this arrow, which makes me think of Sagittarius energy, but truthfully, I really see it as a spirit saying that the direction you need to follow is the direction of your soul. And like, that's not very helpful, because you're like, what is my soul? I don't know. But like, it's the things that make you feel happy. It's the things that make you burn with desire, where you're like, yes, I need to do that. And like, if you're holding on to something, it's not going to feel like that. Because when you're holding on to something, you're motivated by fear, if that makes sense. Like, if you're holding on to something that doesn't serve you, it's typically because you're like afraid of what happens if you lose it. You might be afraid of the conflict involved. You might be afraid of hard feelings. But if you're focused on your own alignment, and if you are just moving forward and somebody else has a problem with that, that's their problem to deal with. It's not your problem to deal with. You're living your life. Nobody's going to live your life for you. And you don't want to look back one day and be like, man, I wish I'd done this, or I wish I would have done that. You're powerful and you're here for a reason. And Spirit's like, hey, wake up, like, follow what makes you happy. Dairy Queen could be significant. I just realized with that DQ. It makes me think of like blizzards. Like, you might have to experience some difficult blizzards before you get the sunshiny paradise. But yeah, we have the happy charm, and more than anything, this relationship will be shared happiness. It'll be joyful. It will be beautiful. It will be the sun. It will be expansive. We've had the sun already. It's really awesome, truthfully. But this happiness extends to your own personal happiness and this person you're going to be in a relationship with as well. And by that, I mean, when you're happy, it means you're on the right path. And if you're not happy, then something's going to have to change. And now happiness is fleeting, obviously. And so that's why people feel right in the moment, and then later they don't. And that's when you get into these like moral dilemmas of like, oh, well, loyalty and sticking it out, or like, well, should you follow your own truth? I'm in the boat of you should follow your own truth. And if somebody's not assisting your growth, if you don't feel energized and uplifted after you're around them, then they're not in alignment with your highest good. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Okay, you guys had a lot of letters and a lot of signs. Okay, we have the gemstone, and I want to reiterate that all of the experiences you've been going through are literally just there to help you form into the wonderful person that you're meant to be, and to help you follow your purpose. I mean, you both are tough as nails, and you both have been through a lot, and I think that together your connection is going to be so strong and so precious. You're not going to trade it for the world, and you're going to be really grateful for the things that you let go of that you knew weren't serving you. And honestly, I'm hearing from Spirit, it's going to be easier than you think it will. And maybe for some of you, if you're already with this person, you can confirm that. But you might not have anyone in your life that you need to let go of. But there's a heavy energy of that for a lot of people. What do I want to do next? So we have the I Love Autumn charm. And you guys could be really corny. Like you and this person will have a lot of corny jokes or something like that. You could meet in the fall. Fall could be significant. Maybe somebody's named Autumn. Let's see what else. We have the cat charm here. So yeah, I feel like this is going to be, cats know their worth. Let's just talk about that. Like, a cat doesn't just automatically love you. Like, you have to earn its love. I'm thinking of, I hope you guys watch the Hermit Tarot. If you don't, check her out, because her cat Kirk is fucking hilarious, and like we're Kirk stans over here, and I will not tolerate anything less than loving kind words about Kirk. But like, he's so sassy, and like you know, he has no problem like letting his mom know, like, I want something, like, and I don't care what you're doing, I don't care if you're reading, like, listen, like, I need my treats or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, cats know their worth, and like, you have to earn a cat's love. And even then, cats are very like they have high self-esteem, let's just say that. And like, that's kind of what you and this person need. I need to trust that, like, you don't have to just freely give yourself to people. You know, you're worthy, and you don't have to prove that to anyone. And truthfully, the easiest connections for you will be ones where you're not proving anything, or you don't have to show anyone. Like, the right people around you will know your worth, will see your worth. You won't have to prove that to anybody. And I think that's really beautiful. Okay, we have the number 5 and we have the number 8. So once again, more Leo. We have August and we have Virgo. With 5, we have Taurus and we have Gemini. And let's see. Should we go into signs now? Because we got a lot of them. So we have Pisces. We have intuitive Pisces. So yeah, there is an intuitive connection here. Deep, very, you're gonna have visions about this person, or I think, like, if you already know this person, like, there's gonna be like visions that you see will actually happen in real life, and you're gonna be like really freaked out by it. But like, Spirit just wants you to understand that that's your power. We did that 8. So 85, 58 could be significant. 5-8, so May 8th or August 5th could be significant. You got a lot of letters, so let's look at those. So we have Y, we have W. Wyoming could be significant. We have DQ, Dairy Queen. Oh, I didn't even finish the signs. You guys got so many charms. We have Aries and we have Courageous. So yeah, I think it's you both are gonna have to channel your Aries, the Aries energy, which I'm a biased, but I love and hate Aries energy because I have so much of it. And Aries is a leader. They're a ram, and they fucking take charge, and they will knock shit down like a battering ram if they have to, and they get shit done. And sometimes it's not in the most compassionate way, but I think it's wonderful that I feel like you guys can navigate these situations easier. It's just, you need to have confidence in yourself that you can. And we also have Gemini. So like I said, with that Gemini charm, but also intelligent. Yeah. So I feel like you and this person are going to give each other confidence. You're going to give each other intellectual stimulation, and you're going to have an intuitive connection that you've never felt with another person before. We have a lot of the color charms as well. Oh wow, okay, so we have red, purple, and blue. So that goes to show with that Gemini energy, the conversations are going to flow easily between the two of you. They're going to be constructive, really interesting. You're going to really enjoy talking to this person, and like you might get lost in conversations with this person. Like you guys might get into trouble, like in terms of you're not going to, like if you guys sleep in the same bed and stuff, you're going to screw yourselves over because you're just going to be talking in bed all night, and then you're going to be like, it's not even, you guys aren't even going to be getting freaky. Like, you're just so interested in each other and, like, what you both have to say that you're going to be like, shit, like, we have work in 2 hours and we've been talking all night. And it's not even going to matter. Like, because then after you have your tiring long day, you get to come home to this person and, like, take a nice long-ass nap or some shit. Like, this person is just, it's just such good energy. It's such good energy. It's the energy you deserve, and the divine believes that as well. And I think that you know you're worthy of something like this, but I feel like you're afraid that it won't come or that you don't deserve it. But the fact that we have the root chakra here, or the red charm that I see it as the root chakra, this once again goes to show, I mean, the fact that you have the crown and the root, and you had that in the very beginning of your reading, really goes to show that this is a connection that can and will be grounded in reality so long as you do the healing you need to do, and I know you will. So like you can't mess this up, and we'll talk more about that in the extended, but I feel like this is getting super long, so we're gonna look at the initials. So we have you. I feel like this is gonna be unconditional love right here between the both of you. We also have a K, and we have another little charm. Another K. So we have 2 Ks here. This W could be an M if you want. Mine is yours and yours is mine. Mud is something that I'm hearing. Ducks could be significant. I just heard why you so cute. Wyoming or like college, like university could be significant. Kentucky could be significant. I just heard Wonderland, like Alice in Wonderland. I don't know if I have anyone watching in Qatar, but if you are, hey, what's up? I see Qatar with that Q, but I could be saying the name wrong. If I am, I'm sorry. What else am I seeing? I think that's all I'm seeing. So let me zoom into these. I'm sure you guys will see. Oh my god, I just heard quickie. Yeah, you guys are gonna make time for one another, that's for sure. Okay. So pile 4, I am going to leave your reading here. If you want to join me in the extended, we're going to be looking at how you're going to meet this person, or how you will or did or will meet up, whatever, this person, and we'll look at blessings to come from this connection, which I'm really excited to look at, and further advice for you. But if you're leaving me here, thank you so much for sticking through this entire reading. I know it was long. I know my brain was a little fried and I struggled a bit. So thank you so much for being patient with me, and thank you so much to everybody who has been watching my ads. It helps me like you wouldn't believe, and it's the easiest and simplest way to support me and my channel, so thank you so much. I really hope this resonated. Definitely let me know down below in the comments. I would love to hear. If you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you left a like, and if you haven't already, I would love it if you subscribed, and make sure you click that little bell notification to be notified whenever I upload a new reading. And if you are subscribed, make sure if you did click that bell notification that it's still clicked on, because I think for some people, like even though they have notifications on, they don't get notifications that I've uploaded. So make sure you have that clicked. But thank you guys so much for letting me read your cards and charms. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night whenever it is that you're watching this, and I hope you'll come back and see me again soon. Bye!